I don't know. I don't really know what to expect from Loud here. I know what to expect from WeSports because I know their roster very well, and I do have a few of my favorites on that roster. But for Loud Esports, I've only seen one of their games, so I don't really know them that well.
Yeah, and just thinking back to that game, that Villa game, I think is probably probably the one you're remembering. Baby Shark just went absolutely rampant against Eagle Empire, and that's the thing. Like when these players are activated, they are just very, very on their game, and hopefully we're gonna see Loud just be firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I hope so. I think, like I said, I think it could go two ways. WeSports could either really,
Yeah,
really dominate, or we might see something really, really impressive from Loud to make this a really
yeah,
competitive matchup. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't really know. Like, when we talk about players for both of these teams, you mentioned Baby Shark, and I kind of want to
yeah,
get your opinion on him a little bit because, like I said, I don't know much, if not really anything about Loudy Sports roster, nor do I know about their game style at all. I only watched that one game, like you said, which was that
yeah.
Villa match that we watched. But I kind of want to get,
Uncasted.
yeah, I want to get your opinion on not only just him, but that whole entire roster as well.
This roster, they definitely look like they can play well as a team. That is one of the things that I've noticed about Loud in that game. And yes, well, that could have just been a very good day. It definitely looking at the fact that they are top two in the minor league and just 2 points behind um Ottercat. They are you know they definitely gel well. You can see by the results that this roster is a well-oiled machine when they're on, and they seem to be on most of the time in the minor league. So hopefully, we're going to see something impressive out of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that too. But as we talk about Loudy Sports roster, I do want to talk a little bit about um we sports youngster as well as much as I can, considering that again we do stream more of the or well yeah, we do stream more of the major league games as we do stream the minor league games. A lot of people know who We Sports Youngster is. They do have plenty of fans out there. They do have a lot of people who come to the stream, who populate the streams to watch their games mainly. Or if it's not them, then it's Machine Soldiers Academy. But for We Sports, the player that I'm looking forward to playing the most, if I can get the rosters up here, is well, there's actually two players. I'm looking at Hunter and Critical. I remember it was one of my first games that I casted for Talent League, and I remember we had an interview, I think, with either the coach or the captain. I think it was the coach for We Sports Youngsters, and Hunter was a player that I took a liking to, and the reason why was because his coach mentioned to me that he's probably one of their most composed players. He doesn't feel a lot of pressure inside of games, whether they be big or small games. He tends to really find his place in a lot of games. And even when he's playing bad, he can come up in big moments and really clutch it out for his team. He doesn't get phased a lot by like big moments like this, or even when he's being like pushed down to his limit, really.
Yeah. So just before we get into the game now, we actually do have the map bans for you. The first map, it looks like, will be Clubhouse, then followed by Villa, and then the third map, if we do get there, will be in Oregon. So a fairly standard rotation in terms of um, the maps. These aren't particular surprises. So just before we get in, who do you predict will take this matchup, and we'll see if the community does agree with you. Okay.
Oh my
Anybody?
god, I'm muted. I'm sorry. I had to adjust myself in my chair and I forgot to click the button on my headphones. Anyways, I was gonna say in the poll, I talk so much shit about the poll and for good reason. I just don't like polls. But I did vote in this one because I felt like it, and I did vote for We Sports Youngsters. Mainly for the fact that they are in the major league, and it seems like whenever we have a game between the major league and the minor leagues, at least from yesterday, from what I saw, major league teams come out on top convincingly. But I am hoping for a fight back here from Loud because yesterday we did see the first place team of minor league who I think were unbeaten throughout the whole
Um,
minor league season.
they had one loss.
Oh, they had one loss. Okay, so they didn't have any losses beside the one. And even though they were first in a minor league, they did get stopped by one of the top four team in the
Yeah.
major leagues, and it's just I don't know what to expect here because sometimes we can get like a really good Wii Sports youngsters, or we can get like a really mid Wii Sports youngsters, and it could just be some ridiculous stuff that we see. And you know what? Every time I cast with you, I always see something stupid, and it's not you. It's just the teams. They do something stupid. So there you go.
Yeah. Just looking here as well. The main difference between Ottercat and Loud is that Loud drew a game instead of winning it, but Ottercat did beat Loud 7-3 on Villa, but that was the very first week of the season. However, it's there's got to be something said about the differences between the two formats. Obviously, in our major league, you're quite used to it. We have best of two games. Each map has overtime, whereas in the minor league, it's only one map and there is no overtime. So the maximum rounds are 12, which means that sometimes it's a bit more unpredictable that we see with these best of ones. So this could be it could be very, very different. We're just waiting for one player to join the lobby right now. So the poll, we'll talk about the poll for a little bit. So you predicted WeSports YGS, correct? I think that Loud might take this one. I know that's a kind of a crazy opinion, but I'm all for taking risks. The poll does not agree with me though. The community, 80% thought that Wii Sports YGS would win this. So it does seem like the community expectation does lie with the major league team, which makes sense. But I don't know. I think Loud could just pull some surprises.
I mean, that's not an unfair vote whatsoever. I do, like I said, you can either get like a really good esports youngsters, or you can get like a really mid Wii Sports youngsters who tend to really make some awful mistakes, and it usually makes or breaks their games. Because if the team doesn't capitalize on them, or the enemy team doesn't capitalize on their mistakes, then maybe they can pull off a win here. Or if they do, then they can lose then Wii Sports can lose very horribly, and Loud could come away with this. It depends on what type of day it is for them. For Wii Sports, at least for Loud, it could just be any other day.
Yeah,
I just hope they play like they usually do. But we are gonna go on Clubhouse. We're not starting a matchup yet, so don't take that as me saying, "Oh, we're going into the game." We're not. We're still waiting on one other player. But we got Clubhouse. Both of these teams have played Clubhouse twice this season. Loud
yeah,
have a 100% record on Clubhouse, whereas We Sports have like I think a 50%, yeah, 50% record on Clubhouse. Winning matches, or two matches on Clubhouse, and losing just the one.
yeah,
Although Loud Esports record is obviously better because it's 100%. I mean, again, I said this before, playing in minor league is different from playing in major league, like
yeah,
a lot different. And in major league, we sports are playing against, forgive me for saying this, but they are playing against better teams than the ones that you do see in minor league.
yeah.
So
The
I
other
don't know
thing
how
to
to.
note is that with Wii Sports YGS, both of their clubhouse games have gone to overtime, whereas Loud, their wins were 7-3 and 7-2. So we can see that Loud are definitely a very strong clubhouse team. But this was actually, if I let me just check my notes. Yeah, this was Wii Sports. This was their pick. So clearly they've got something up their sleeve. They've got something that they think they can nail Loud on. And we'll see whether that comes to fruition. We're still just waiting for one player right now. So should we just give a little bit brief insight onto Villa, which will be our second map? Um, these
Be
teams,
liberty.
they both are pretty good at Villa, but actually the match is starting now. So good luck, have funs are in the chat, and we're gonna head into Clubhouse. I'm gonna head into these operator bans. Who are you expecting? Obviously, Thatcher
God.
is a given, but who else? Because Clubhouse, you could have hard breach bans, you could have Nomad, Zero, Flores, you can have so many.
I'm expecting to see a Maverick ban, honestly. Yep, and we get the Maverick
Oh,
ban
the
for
first
good
one.
reason. Maverick is very very powerful on a map like Clubhouse.
Hmm.
Not only is he really good for getting a lot of the hatches on the basement site, but Maverick tricking on this map is so common and
Yeah.
yet so powerful. You would expect if Maverick were to be in play that Maverick tricking is a given, and the what Thatcher's on the board now. Oh my God, Buck
Uh
is
oh.
banned. And I mean that's a fair ban, but over the Thatcher, that's not what you usually see. This is not
Yeah.
a common ban on any map, really. Well, not this is not a common sight to see.
Situation. Yeah.
Yeah, without the Thatcher and a Vigil. Now they're trolling.
Right.
Look at this. Do you see
Already,
this?
what is it with like games that I'm casting? Just ridiculous stuff happens all the time,
You
and we're
know what?
seeing Buck Vigil being banned out by WeSports YGS. We are seeing some more standard bans coming out from Loud. So I
Yeah, I mean, okay, the Kaid is very normal. It's just
yeah,
the visual, the Buck and the Buck and the Maverick make a lot of sense. I get it. Like I said, Maverick tricking, but also Buck on Clubhouse is very very powerful. Not only again for the basement site with almost all of the floors above Armory being destructible, but also because he can go below stockroom, or yeah, below in stockroom, below that cash site, and also below servers as well, on that second floor. I, it's just that the visual band is a bit weird. I don't know. Maybe they watched some VODs and they took some notes that we didn't. But I'm not. The visual over. They could have literally picked
Attackers need
anyone
to
else. I'm not
locate
gonna
and
lie to you.
defuse as many
The
bombs as
visual's
they
a
yeah,
bit
can.
weird, but I can see what I did it on a map like Clubhouse because big map, a lot of a lot of sneaky areas where a roamer can hide, and Vigil's ability on a map like Clubhouse is actually very very powerful.
yeah.
So I see that. I could, yeah.
Maybe
I don't
there's a
know
lot of
though.
Vigil play for Loud before on Clubhouse. Obviously, we don't know how much these teams have prepped for this. This could be something that
Ready to go.
WeSports have noticed.
That's yeah,
5 seconds
yeah.
left.
I don't really. I'm just a bit confused. I,
Attackers are moving
oh,
out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
if it were any other operator, okay, then Spills left. If we could, if there were any, and now we're back on the big screen.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hi
Welcome back. I
again.
was gonna say
Attackers have
like,
dropped the bomb diffuser.
I was gonna ask a question, but that kind of caught me off guard. But like I was saying, like, the visual. What would you prefer to see over the visual band? Because I can see the wisdom in it, but like there are most definitely other operators that they could have been. Well, like Amira maybe. Well, yeah, Amira maybe on Clubhouse because she has some pretty powerful uh power positions that she can be played in on a map like Clubhouse, but maybe also a Maestro as well. I
Yeah.
don't know. Mute maybe.
So
Oh my.
we didn't really get to see much. So there's not much to break down, which is
Yeah, that's true.
um it's a shame because we sort of just have to wait now for it to for the lobby to start again. But
Yeah, I don't.
yeah,
It's well, okay. Well, we are gonna get the same bans
yep,
as per because they were locked in.
yep.
And we're just gonna wait for the lobby to refill. Seeing as we are on Clubhouse, who do you think is gonna take this first map between Wii Sports and Loud?
I have to say that I think with when I saw Loud starting on defense on Clubhouse, their previous results, I think this is a very very good like map for Loud. But with these bans, it sways heavily into the attacker's favor, and that is quite worrying because if WeSports get off onto an early lead, that could spell the end here for Loud. And going into Villa, which is the second map, it looks to be, if we just have a quick look. Okay, Loud have won twice, lost one on Villa, and WeSports have won twice on Villa, but one of those was a 7-0. So again, it's difficult for to sort of see a world that Loud can win Villa, which means they need to get Clubhouse to have a shot in Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, that's another map. We had Villa in play, that was picked as well between these two teams, but I can't remember. I think this is Blue Jays map pick, or not Blue Jays, Wii Sports.
Yeah.
And then Clubhouse, no, this is Clubhouse, holy
This is
crap.
Clubhouse.
And then, oh my god. And then Oregon was Loud's pick as well.
Well, Oregon's a decider, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I was looking at the map bans, and for some reason I thought they picked that. Here, let me look at the map bans one more time. Oh, yes, so they picked Villa. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like, in terms of, like, the map bans, I could totally see Wii Sports winning both of those maps. I think they're okay on a map like Clubhouse, and I think they're okay on a map like Villa. I would have liked to see a coastline pick from them, maybe, because I feel like they're actually very, very good on coastline. I've seen them play, and I've seen them destroy teams on Clubhouse before. It's unfortunate that we don't see it, but I mean, these three maps, very, very common siege maps that we do see in the comp scene as well.
All the time.
And everybody knows all three of these maps.
Oh, yeah.
Villa being the newest one out of these two, and then we also have Oregon having that big, big rework that everybody hates, but then some people love. So I don't know. I love that. I love the rework.
Yeah.
I really do.
I never played on old Oregon. I'm fairly new to Siege, so but looking at it seemed really claustrophobic before. Obviously, I don't have the experience in playing on it, but yeah, it seemed very claustrophobic. It didn't seem the best, is how I'm going to describe it. But with New Oregon, you have it seems a lot more interesting, especially for the comp scene. I say a lot more interesting, and it's already extremely boring. So.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad we didn't get a cafe match. That's the one thing. I'm glad none of these teams decided to pick a cafe. But for some reason, I think casting tomorrow, so I think between QVG and the Machine Shoulders Academy, I think one of those teams are gonna pick a cafe. And I hate cafe. But I'm
I
glad we
love
didn't get
cafe. Cafe is one of my favorite maps, actually.
Man.
So.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's.
Cafe is so boring to me. I don't know. Yeah, actually, you know what? I do know why it's so fucking boring to me. It's a lot of map to cover, not only for the attackers but also for the defenders, and they have to do so much to gain so little map control at times. Like, they have to work so hard on clearing one player out of one room, even though that player it could be like some really like weak roamer like Covera or something like that. Not in the comp scene, of course, because that never happens in the comp scene. It could, for all we know, but like
with
at least
looking at the
from what
LATAM
I've
qualifier
seen.
today, you definitely see Cav. I think there was a Covera
Really?
that was on T3 of Oregon, wasted 2 minutes of the round.
I'm not surprised. Was it the Latin? It was the Latin qualifier.
Yeah, LATAM close qualifier. It's just
Who
a play that just shouldn't happen.
Who was the teams?
I think it was Phoenix and Black Dragons. Black Dragons just wasted 2 minutes of the time because they had a Covera on Tier 3.
There goes that Latin supremacy. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I mean, I was watching the Latin qualifiers as well. I watched, I think it was, oh my god, who was the team again? It was the Mexican team. Yeah, it was them.
Yeah.
And I just saw some really unique plays coming up from Akave that obviously didn't work because it's MIBR, and MIBR are one of the top teams in LATAM. But we are gonna head back into the match, and we are gonna go straight to round one. And seeing as Loud confirmed, or yeah, they locked in basement church arsenal room, we are gonna go to that site as the very first site for this matchup today.
Yeah, it's been so I can't quite remember which what the operators were, but it looks to be like it. I don't see anything that has sort of caught me off guard. So who knows? uh, Either way, basement
Attackers need to locate and
very good
defuse
site
as many bombs as they can.
for defenders. We're basically just going to have to do a complete recap on what we said before. But yeah, basement, there's a lot of vertical play that comes into it, especially around this kitchen and the kitchen hatch. This is one area where the vertical comes into play quite a lot. And you see the dirt tunnel where the Jaeger of Sinex is right now. If that dirt is not cleared, that can be such a power position for the defenders, and
10 seconds remaining.
it is. You're probably going to see the smoke holding up in
5
dirt
seconds remaining.
to try and hold off the attacks as long as possible. Going to see quite an extended roam here though. Some mute jammers going down on this top floor. The Lasmu with the shotgun as well. Cloud9 skin, very cool.
I like this.
Just it's a good skin. It's definitely not the worst esports skin, and I'm pretty sure all the art is original, so that's always a bonus.
It looks like they're trying to push this second floor service room here, and the sledge is obviously gonna open up holes. He's gonna open up two, one, two, then three. There goes the shots from MX from Mattox there. He's going to get a few shots onto Zerak, that is the sledge that made those holes, and the Zerak is gonna be lit up by those MP5 shots, while Mattox has obviously gotten away. So between that gunfight, obviously Mattox coming the greater of the two, but we do see WeSports take some quick map control into servers. You have P13 on this main stairs window. He's going to go all the way up to the roof, probably getting that server hatch, or is probably going to rotate to his team. And this top floor control, as early as it can be on a map like Clubhouse, is in the control of WeSports Academy. But Mattox here is all the way in Strip Club, and I don't know why.
Yeah, obviously as well, Zarok, this HP disadvantage can get fixed fairly quickly because of the Finker that we see Spliz running right now. This, like you say, this strip club extension, you can't really call it an extension, just a bit of a lurk.
Yeah.
It might come in very, very clutch. Here we can see the ace of P13 just opening up that moto hatch, but this could be the perfect time for Mathox to try and catch them off guard just from the angle. There's no thermite that's been brought. Ace is the only hard breach right now, and I don't think anyone else has hard breach charges, so if they've fully opened Moto hatch, they cannot get this kitchen hatch open, which is definitely a misplay, and that seems like what will actually happen, but Hunter's already down in Moto. We'll see Critical get taken out by Mathox. Sinex will fall in the meantime down on the site as Moto control has now been given to the attackers, and they just need to try and get a more horizontal push across now. It's very one-sided, and just dipping outside of the bomb chassis, they're not quite able to find the kill. That's going to be Swaz on the Aruni. The P10 not quite as good as a weapon it used to be, still able to take down P13 as now YGS have fallen apart. Mathox will get taken down while he tries to rotate, but Spliz is the only one left, and it's not going to be enough. A triple kill on the round for Swaz as Loud managed to lock things out here on the first round of Clubhouse.
I think I said this at the beginning. We were either gonna get a WeSports who dominates. It depends on their day, or we're gonna get a WeSports who do some really weird stuff And right there was some really weird stuff. I mean, I was confused about the Mattox play coming in from strip club, and when you explained it to me, I kind of understood it, but I was like, you got I kind of get it. He escaped, and they didn't know exactly where he was going to be after that. They probably assumed he was going to be in sight, and with me thinking the way that I thought, maybe they also thought, oh, there's no way this guy could be in like strip club. There's no way nobody could be in strip club, and he was, and it kind of screwed them over that round. Hunter was already dropped in oil pit, not oil pit. I'm so sorry, and moto as well, and he couldn't really react in
Yeah,
time to the player playing in strip because by the time the player got uh the player yeah, he couldn't really focus on the player playing in strip, and by the time he got that kill, nobody could really react in time to what was going on. And so now
yeah.
they have to worry about making an execute onto site while also worrying about a player that's also still alive. And he eventually did get killed, but he wasted enough of their time. Uh, yeah, he wasted enough of their time for them to just eventually kill him.
Attackers need
And
to
in
locate
that
and defuse as
situation, it
many bombs
shouldn't
as they
happen. But I
can.
mean, what else can you really do? I,
Yeah,
necessarily you waste more time trying to drone out a player in strip club by worrying about there being about there being somebody in strip club. It's just I get it. I just don't
you
I
just don't
just
get
don't
it.
at the same. Yeah, I get it, but I don't at the same time. I tried to explain that as best as I could, but as you could tell, I was like, I'm very confused in explaining it myself because I understand, but at the same time I don't understand, and it's a
10
little
seconds
bit
left.
weird coming out from WeSports, but I mean that was good play from Mattox as well to waste
5
as
seconds to
much
go.
time as he did.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, strip club is just so
Attackers need to
rarely
locate and
droned, and
defuse
it's
the
just not really
bomb.
thought about on Clubhouse because there's nothing to do with that side of the map at all.
Yeah.
Especially with it only having like just that one floor, so that just makes it the perfect rat spot for these defenders to just scurry away to. I don't think that will work again, but it definitely helped secure them one round, which is very, very important. And looking into this second round now, we're going to see Loud in the CCTV cache site. So it's some very early pressure inside the garage right now. Sinex is
A
just
bomb has been located.
um, has his life on the line. Spliz not quite able to find Mathox as he is over by that side of the map again. I said it probably wouldn't work twice, but Loud are going to try it again apparently. This time he's on the Aruni, not the Malusi though. And 2 minutes to go, there's not much that's been done. Is Sinex just let this drone just go straight past him?
Maybe it didn't. I can see the wisdom in what he did there. Maybe it
Yeah.
didn't see him and he just didn't want to alert the drone to his position because once you shoot the drone, then the players have an idea that either
Yeah.
somebody's playing in a position that they didn't drone, whatever the case may be. But the first kill is going to come out from Spliz. Baby Shark's going to get lit up elsewhere. And Zarok is still putting pressure on his player playing in Raptors. But Sinex is actually going to get a kill, and he's just going to run right in front of Zarok, who hides away at the most opportune moment. He just wanted to protect his life. And there goes Sinex still getting some pressure onto that wall. But it's 2 kills coming out from WeSports Academy, one from Hunter and then another from somebody else. I think that was P13. And P13 getting down at his own breach. And it's now a 2v2 between both of these teams. Both of these teams have a chance of winning this out, but Baby Shark is actually on very low HP. His HP bar is flashing red. Hunter is in the lounge area, whereas you see Lasmo, the mute, playing on this blue stairs. And I mean, between these two teams, I think WeSports could take this round. Baby Shark is on very low health. Hunter is still below, and he's going to have the support of Critical, who should get that kill, and he does. Oh my god, he almost killed his own player. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, that was a very risky play right there. Both players just swung at the same time. However, Baby Shark does have the diffuser, not quite able to find the shots
What are you
on the
doing?
repelling player, and Critical is able to find that. Baby
Why did
Shark
he?
not quite able to run away in time, it seems like.
No, I gotta talk about that. Why did he shoot at him and then decide to run away
Because
right in
he
front of him?
missed.
Yeah, he missed, but like, why? The wall was open. and he decides to turn around right in front of the wall, in front of that open wall. Like he's not hiding behind something. He's trying to run. I don't know where he's running to. He could be okay. Look, I know where he's running to. He's running to Cash. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But why did he? I, I don't know. When I'm shooting at somebody in the game of Siege, it doesn't matter if it's comp or ranked. I don't like shoot at you and then run away in a straight line in front of the wall that I just shot you from. I'm going to try and shoot you again. I'm going to try and kill you that time. That was just very weird from Baby Shark, in my opinion. I mean, it's a hard shot to hit, and I understand that. But don't run away from him, like right in front of him as well. I just didn't get that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused. My head hurts.
The CCTV again from Loud. I don't tend to like teams running it back, but in this instance there were some very obvious changes that some very obvious mistakes even that can easily be changed from Loud. I don't think Matox should go for that roam again. I don't think that worked out very well. All it did is ending up with him losing his life. Spliz is definitely going to be on the lookout for that now, being the player involved with Matox in both rounds so far as well.
Yeah. Different. We do see something different coming out from the lineup of Loud, though, and that's the Wamai. We saw, in place of the Wamai last round, we saw the Bandit, which I thought was pretty interesting that they picked the Wamai, they picked the Bandit over the Wamai in the first place, seeing as they had a strong, they had an extended hold into Raptors as well. And usually, if the Wamai is in play in Clubhouse, you would bring him for that Raptors hold. But we see some drones coming in from Maddox, and Maddox is probably going to be the first pick of the round. He hits shots onto Hunter, but shots is also returned back to him, and he is on 25 HP or 30 HP, but his HP, for all I know, is actually flashing red. And now Cinex has actually been lit up as well. He's going to run all the way up red stairs just to save his own life. And it's about to be a minute and 50 left to go into this round. Xerac is outside. We also have P13 outside, who has this wall opened with his ace charges, and he's going to be watching out for the player playing on this Raptors as well through those exposed holes that we do see with that wall separating servers from Raptors. But again, a minute and 25 left to go. Not a lot done from WeSports apart from the wall being open just a little bit, and also garage wall being open that doesn't even look like it's big enough for him to crouch. And there goes the nade, Cinex being downed, and he's probably gonna, there goes the ping to alert him that he is actually down, and there goes another nade from Hunter, and he's going to confirm that kill. And there goes the missed shots coming in from Lasmo.
Our feed just frozen. Actually, he's able to get the kill. Baby Shark as well with the SMG-11. Able to find another, so that's the SMG-11 doing bits in this round. Zarek will find Swaz, however, and now it's a 3 versus 3, and we look at the HP of these Loud players. They are all significantly damaged, Matox especially. So it's gonna be very close. The diffuser is abandoned outside, however, and with only 30 seconds left, WeSports have to do something. But I think, it's Lasmu that is still downstairs on the flank. Not much will be able to come of it though, as these players are already nearly in the site. Toxic Babes coming out from Baby Shark right now, but he'll get called off on the rotation. Spliz with that one, not quite able to find Matox underneath, but the C4 comes out. P13 goes down, that's Diffuser as well. Now Zarok has to find it. Lasmu is injured, now it's just Matox is the only one that can do something. The deployment will not get confirmed, and Loud protect the bombs with the timer running out. How have they managed to do this? That should not happen. What an absolute play. Lasmu just wasting enough time downstairs, and Spliz, his attention was diverged just enough for Matox to be able to try and claim that.
Yeah, unfortunately for WeSports, no cover for whoever who was planting. That was not P13. P13.
Zarok.
It was Zarok. So Zarok was planting. Spliz was actually still downstairs. He had down the player who got the nitro off in the first place to kill the first planter, but he wasn't quick enough in getting the rotates up red stairs or wherever he was going to rotate up to, but it looked like he rotated up red stairs. Anyways, to cover the eventual
Attackers
run
need to
in that
locate
came
and
in
defuse
from
as
the
many bombs as
Aruni
they can.
of Swaz and or was it Matt Docs? I can't, you know what, my memory is so bad. But like whoever that was, it was the Aruni of a loud player
That was
nonetheless.
Matox, yeah.
And yeah, so Matt Docs has had some really influential rounds. The first round that they did win was mainly because of that really sneaky position that he pulled off in
Yeah.
strip club, but also this time around he eventually saved that round with the by killing the planter in what was it 0.00 seconds.
Yeah.
So I mean
10
it's
seconds
just
left until
it's a
insertion.
bit unfortunate, but I mean, in all honesty,
5 seconds
WeSports took
remaining.
a little bit too long to make the eventual execute onto site. They had all the control
Attackers
that
are
they could
moving out to
imagine. They
locate a
had
bomb and defuse
the
it.
wall open, they had control of rafters and garage, and eventually they could have just converged onto site. The one piece of the puzzle that they were probably missing was probably an extra player to watch from below to counter that nitro cell that came in from the mute that killed their first planter. And so they had to worry about him, but they didn't really pay enough attention to the last player that was alive, which was Mattox, who was hiding out in construction and then just ran in to kill the last planter. And I don't know, you could say that they were like I said, they were probably missing that one extra player, but also it just took a little bit too long to make that execute happen, in my honest
Yeah.
opinion. And they planted in default as well. I mean, where else is the nitro gonna go? Not default. I don't know.
Yeah, we
I
can
don't see how
see
else that could have
the
happened.
basement defense coming out now. Hunter's actually in dirt. It's going to have to be very, very sneaky. I don't know if these defenders are aware of the position. And it's actually just going
Attackers
to
have located a
rotate back
bomb.
a little bit. The drone has been spotted, and that's going to be Baby Shark taking down. But not much will
A
come of
bomb
this.
has
A
been
very
located.
sneaky angle. Oh, this could be the absolute kryptonite of Loud right now. As the angle onto Blue is being watched. But I don't know if anything will come of it. He's just sitting there waiting for the perfect time to strike. My words are not coming out right now. Loud Lasmu, Jesus Christ. Lasmu is above, however, not quite able to find. I think that's Zarok and Habana downstairs, and he has been droned out now as well. So, oh, and he just pushes in anyway. Hunter does take out Baby Shark on the site, and now this is site control. Hunter finds a second, and P13 now is going to start getting that plant down. Swaz, Ladsmu, Matox, you've got to try and do something, and P13 is there with the trade immediately. Coming off the plant, still 55 seconds left to go as now Matox rotates around, is able to kill the planter, but not in time this time. Able to find two though, and now 1 versus 1 against the Thatcher of Critical. This is going to be a 1 versus 3 clutch if this goes out. However, Critical might be able to get the angle. Matox will come off, just trying to bait this out. 25 seconds left. There's got to be something done by Matox now. Critical, just pre-firing round, will able to find it. WeSports get their second round, and it is going to be so close, though.
Would have lost my shit if Matt Dox got that clutch off. I mean, he was so close. He got two like headshots in a row,
Yeah,
and then after that, he killed the planter. It's not the first time he did that. He did that in the round before that, and then he was able to get a nice headshot, a really clean headshot onto a player, just in a really tight angle that he was holding as well.
yeah.
And unfortunately for him, he just couldn't find that last player who was playing just above him. I mean, that was good post plant positioning coming in from Critical as well. I applaud him for doing what he could have. I mean, what he could have, he did it. But what he did in order to not only pull Mattox off of the plant off of the defusal in the first place, because realistically, I feel like if um Mattox would have
Attackers need to
stayed on the
locate and
diffuser the
defuse
first time
bombs.
he did it when he was behind or where he was just behind that box that the diffuser was planted beside, I felt like he could have gotten it if he would have just stayed on it. But Critical made him panic to the point where he had to get off of it and where he
Yeah.
felt like he had to worry about him. But we are going to move on to this gym bedroom site, and I mean, extended hold or what? Because it looks like they're going to hold onto this cash room as well as servers. But I
10
mean, it
seconds
seems
left
like a
before
pretty
insertion.
simple setup. There's not a lot of special
5
strats that I'm
seconds
seeing
remaining.
apart from the frost being brought out, and she's placing her mats
Attackers'
in some
objective is to
pretty
locate a bomb and defuse it.
simple areas under windows, probably in some other secret areas that we don't see at the moment. But I mean, curiously enough, they don't bring a mirror for this site, and it's not me criticizing it. I just a lot of teams usually, if the mirror isn't played and if she's not banned, they usually bring her anyways because of what she can, of the intel that she provides for the team, and also because of her kit, because of those nitro cells, and also her vector as
Yeah.
well. But it looks to be a servers push as well as a Raptors push coming in from WeSports youngsters, and it'll be interesting to see how this round plays out with the way that Loud have set up themselves.
Oh no.
Oh, that didn't do shit. And that was the first nade coming in from Spliz. And he was in storage actually to get that nade off, but he didn't hit Baby Shark in the slightest. And I'm pretty sure Baby Shark was probably in construction on some pretty solid floors and not
Yeah.
actually in the site itself. But the
Oh.
first kill is not going to come from a nade, but from the gun of Hunter, who has been doing a great job on this entry as the Ayana. And he
A bomb has
actually
been
takes
located.
out a really important operator in the Wamai. No more rechargeable disc, no more Wamai disc to deny any of those grenades from going through in the first place, or they won't be flung back in the attacker's face, or whatever the case may be when it comes to those Wamai disc. But the second kill comes out this time from Baby Shark, and it's on to Hunter nonetheless, and there goes
No
another kill from
way.
Mattox. I mean, come on, what is
You've got to
happening
have a
here?
flank drone, surely.
I mean, that's not the first time that Mattox has done that, though, has it? I don't know what's going on with WeSports Academy and these flanks coming in from Mattox, but they really need to put a handle on it now before it gets out of control.
Yeah, it's not
What?
something that we should. Okay. I did not quite see that. I was busy writing my notes, but you go 1 minute left, and now we can see WeSports are in a man disadvantage, and they've got to try and push onto the site fairly soon. Otherwise, they might just be left with no time at all.
Bomb located by
Mattox as
attackers.
well is down in the billiards with just such a ridiculous angle right now onto the gym jump in. Baby Shark will be playing in gym and gets taken out all the way from construction. That's a fairly long angle. I don't know whether he was expecting that. I certainly wasn't. Now Cynex behind the bomb chassis having to try and lock things down on these construction players. I think, yeah, Critical is out on the jacuzzi window, not window, is out on the jacuzzi balcony as well. Cynex is able to down Spliz, and Mattox again finds Criticals. Now P13 effectively a 1 versus 3, not able to close it out as Mattox with the 4th, I think, on the round. No, it can't have been. It must have been the 3rd. Either way, that was very,
Yeah,
very just
I don't.
wow.
What do you? I mean, there's a lot I can say about that round, but it's going to be in the criticism of Wii Sports youngsters. And if you are a Wii Sports youngsters fan, you might want to close your ears because what I might say might be a little bit too harsh. And it's not, I don't think it's going to be harsh. I think it's going to be the absolute truth. But the fact that Mattox has been just roaming this whole game, it's round 6. He's been doing it for the last 5 rounds that has been played, and he's allowed to get away with it, not just like once, but 6 times. He's going 6-3 or
Attackers need to
7-3.
locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, 7. He's done it 7 times where he's gotten some really key flanks. And not only are Wii Sports not paying enough attention to it, but it feels like they're almost ignoring it.
Yeah.
And that's why right now they're like 1 round down compared to Loud. And Loud might take this half 4-2, or we might see a tie between these two teams when it comes to the round, the side switches that's gonna come up after this round, because this is the last round before we do see that. But I mean, it's just as important that you pay attention to this as you are an attack. But when it comes to their defensive halves, it's going to be even scarier to see Mattox get away with this if WeSports continue to allow him to. And this may spell disaster for them on this clubhouse map so far. It's a bit odd that he's still getting away with this. And again,
Yeah.
there's been 5 rounds played. It's a bit shocking right now.
Looks like he's prepped to go for a run out onto the jacuzzi balcony, which is just something that why? He's actually going to go for it, but does not look like there is anyone over by dirt at the minute. He's not going to be able to find that. Spliz maybe was able to find the kill there, but not quite finding the head. So we're just going to go back to a very... I was going to say standard 5v5, but we're looking at this roam, it's anything but. Hunter will get a little bit of damage. I think that's probably just from the Selma charges being activated. And Baby Shark, it might be the very first encounter inside of this round. The smoke inside of Dirt Tunnel. Or Matox is just going to just find himself just kills on flank that just should not happen. Actually, this could be a very good position right now. I don't know if they're expecting this at all. The drone is not on. So this is bad. Hunter will go down. The grenade not able to find Baby Shark, but Spliz will find that, I think, maybe from the kitchen. Yes, that is the kitchen hatch indeed, which has already been opened up.
Attackers have located a bomb.
However, 4 versus 4, the smoke going down is actually huge. However, Hunter is also a massively impactful player as well. Matox may be caught out here inside the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, they have this flame drone set up, and it looks like the Havana of Europe just got off of it, so they know about the position of the Malusi plank in there, but he still gets the kill anyway. That's an insane kill to get from bathroom all the way to that door that leads to the outside. And he's gonna go for more. He's gonna get it. That's a double kill from Mattox, but it's also a double kill from Spliz onto Mattox, and I mean, there's no way he's allowed to get with that. He just got away with it. There's no way. And it's now a 3v2 in the advantage of Loud Gaming. Oh my god, there's no way. Spliz now a 3v1, and there goes the trade from Critical, and he could have gotten a second, but he just missed his shot onto Lasmo. And this half, I'm really shocked, but not because of the 4-2 half that we see coming out from Loud Gaming. I'm just shocked to see that, again, these mistakes, it's the little things that can turn into the biggest mistakes that you ever make. And right now we're seeing it from WeSports Academy. There's one player that you're really missing out on, and he's not even being silent about it. It's Mattox. He's going 9-4. And they just keep allowing these small things to happen. There's no way he's allowed to get 2 kills, not only from bathroom, but he makes a really big impact hole. He makes a lot of noise. They know exactly where he's going to be playing in, and he still is able to get that second shot on the player in kitchen. That was an insane shot. He eventually got traded out by Spliz, but it wasn't enough for WeSports. And now they go into their defensive path. I mean,
wow.
I don't know what to say. Clubhouse is the defender side of the map. WeSports are now under defense. They are 4-2 down. This is kind of like the average, or well, what people would want to be the average split score that you do get, 4-2.
However, Thatcher's on the board, which means Clubhouse is infinitely more attacker-sided. So,
I don't know.
There's questions to be asked here for WeSports right now. They weren't really using the Thatcher that well. Obviously, there wasn't much need to, but still, you know, it's basic things as well. It's not even... It's fundamentals, like making sure that Mattox is not just shoving lead bullets down your throat like it's absolutely no tomorrow.
Yeah, and he has the LMG in hand. We're in the LMG meta in Siege at the moment because they keep nerfing all the assault rifles, so people are gonna move to the LMGs until they either buff the assault rifles or until they nerf the LMGs as well. But Mattox is going to be doing what we expect him to do, and that's entering, and he's doing it really fast. He's
just
taking he just sprints from gym all the way into bedroom, and he did that in like 3 seconds. You would think that Afinka was a 3-speed with the way he just entered with her, but now he's taking his spot in construction. And now this round can begin for
He's
Loud
just been
Gaming.
given so much map control. Like, no.
And no contest from WeSports. There's nobody playing. Curiously enough, there's nobody playing in like logistics or not logistics. Yeah, that's logistics or office, or some people may call it, or even bathroom, or well, even construction as well. And they just allowed them to just take so much map control. And again, they have these double hard breachers in the Ace and the Habana. The Habana's going to be getting open a garage wall while the Ace is in construction, helping the Finka make her push into this cache sites. And again, the Finka, not only does she have the LMG, but she also has those adrenal surges. So when she activates those adrenal surges, she's theoretically she kind of feels like a 3 armor 3-speed type character, doesn't she? Oh my god,
What? I so thought Mattox had that there, but Zarok, the SMG-11, will be able to take. Well, that takes down Baby Shark as well. Excuse me, that should not be allowed. No.
I don't.
No.
You see, I said this. Every time I cast with you, there's always some stupid things going on. It's not you. It's the teams, and that shouldn't have happened. But Swiss is gonna get the late trade onto Zarok, and it's now a 3v4, stealing the advantage for WeSports. Now a 4v2, that queen coming out of nowhere from Spliz, and he shouldn't have gotten that kill, but he did. And it's now a 4v2. You see a player just sneaking into sight. That's Cynex, and he's able to get the nice flick onto Spliz. Now it's 3v2. Could get a second, but he's not. It's actually P13 to make this a 3v1. Plasmo being the last one alive. There's not a lot he can do. He doesn't have any Soma charges. He has full health. He does have that AK-12 in hand. He also has the Fuser and a Claymore, but a Claymore's not going to be much use to use against 3 other players, but his flicks can. He got a flick onto Hunter, but he's not. He just flicks a little bit too hard on the last player playing in Raptors. And that's who am I of whoever that was. I don't remember the names because my name, I swear, not my name, but my memory is like, I'm not big brained. I'm very small brained. Sometimes.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that.
Okay. Okay. I see how it is.
Either way, basement now for WeSports. We're just gonna move swiftly onwards. Never happened. Don't clip that, anyone. Looking at you, chat. If you do, if none of you clip that, you're all getting a present.
What?
Tachanka, hello. Sorry, I'm sorry to just distract from this moment, but
defenders protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Tachanka on the basement site for.
I really like this. I like it.
It'll be interesting. I do like seeing the Tachanka being brought usually because it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Also, you can open up a lot of site rotation, so it does the job of the smoke as well, while also having a fully functional primary weapon in this LMG, and also having the PMM, which is absolutely stacked. This is an interesting extension, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, judging by their lineup, I don't think they don't have a Jaeger or a Mai in place neither. And it's interesting because they brought out the Vera instead, and they also brought out the Tachanka in place of any of those things. And instead of playing the smoke, it just, with this lineup, it doesn't look like they're going to be defending dirt all that much, which is curious for me because if the attackers gain control of dirt and then subsequently gain control of kitchen, then that gives them armory for free, realistically. There's also, I mean, that's not, it's harder than, it's harder to explain compared to what I just said it as. I mean, obviously you have to worry about the players in blue and whatnot, but also Mattox has made his way into CCTV as well, and Cynex is also in this position in logistics, and he's going to throw a nade from heaven itself into the site of armory. I mean, there was a player that it looked like from the outlines that there was a player in that position. He's not going to move himself into the actual kitchen area at all. He's just going to make some holes from above. Make some holes from above and just rain down nades on some players potentially playing in there. But critical! Oh my god, he just got a double. I mean, what the hell was that? He got 2 players, Mattox and Swaz. Mattox having such a good round on his defensive half, and he's going to place a nice shot from above. I mean, he didn't get anybody, but he does have some free angles to play from below in Armory. And I mean, that's the way to start off a round, and that's the way to continue with Critical grabbing his third, and that's onto Baby Shark. Now, 2 players remain. This round has had a minute gone by. Split is going to deny the ace, and he might get the second here. There's a player playing really, really close to him, but Synex is going to get lit up, and he's going to run away. And there goes the kill for Spliss. That was, I mean, the round, it was about like a minute and 20 left to go, but that round felt like it was over so quickly with how Critical just like demolished Loud with 3 kills at the beginning of that. I don't know what to say.
And nor do I. That was just absolutely ridiculous, and even more ridiculousness, Bar Stage coming out for WeSports youngsters right now. So I mean, that's fun. We don't tend to see
Oryx
a Bar Defense and Oryx. We've seen this hatch play a lot more in Pro League recently. I'm thinking especially to the EU closed qualifiers, where a player on M&M Gaming, I cannot remember which for the life of me, hopped up a hatch and managed to get 4 kills off the back of it, because no one was watching the flank from the hatch, because who uses that ability, right? So this could yet be something that we see, especially I'm looking at that hatch down in the middle of the site. I'm also looking at that hatch, which is the stock hatch that goes down into blue. Those 2 hatches that are just on the floor there that head down to the basement, that is what I'm looking at for this Oryx. Just that, I think we might be seeing something special, just a flank or whatever. We are seeing them have a helping with the setup upstairs for now. This could be a bit of a later rotation. Or maybe I'm just wrong, which is also another possibility.
Nah, I mean, you're totally right. I mean, as uncommon as it is to see Bar Stage, the one popularity that a lot of people kind of associate with it is the hatches. There's a lot of hatch play to be had, and I mean, you do see the Oryx being played here, and for good reason. Not only can you really extend your roam to the top floor, but also to basement, because there's also a hatch that can be played from the armory site, the armory room, up onto kitchen, and that's where usually people play that hatch as well. Synex is making his way from Raptors into CCTV room, looking to gain some quick map control, and he might have gotten the first kill, but he might have not, because Spliz actually just ran away. And I mean, it's a tale of 2 halves. This defense so far from both teams has just been very dominant, really. Loud having some really good rounds, and then WeSports having really 2 dominant rounds in a row. But Synex might be able to get the first kill. Oh my, there's no way you potato on him, Synex. And it's the first kill this time, not from Synex, but from Mathox, and he is going to get killed from the player from Bathroom. P13 able to get that trade, and there goes another kill, this time for Baby Shark, who's just outside that bedroom windows. He's on that balcony, and he's able to claim that kill on a Tachanka playing in Bathroom, all on his lonesome. And it's now a 4v3-man advantage, and this is the first time we've actually seen Loud with the man advantage, at least on attack, in these past 2 rounds that we have seen dominated again by WeSports Academy.
Yeah, I'm looking at this sort of play. Spliz as well, very low HP, and there's no heals this time. They do not have a Doc or a Thunderbird, which means that Spliz is going to have to be extremely cautious, or just play so risky that Loud just don't expect it. He's actually going to be playing all the way back in strip. This angle is very difficult to hold anyway, especially with this one-time sight, and Zarok will be going down in the meantime. Swaz will find them. Hunter is really the only thing left in the way, but Spliz could still have something to say about this. Hunter on this kitchen window might be able to find a kill, but the attackers have moved away from now. Lasmu is getting the plant down, as now it is just Spliz 1 versus 4, not able to find even a kill or a bullet of damage to the opposing team. Matox able to close that one out with relative ease for Loud here on this very strange site selection.
I mean, Bar stage has most definitely been more popular with the rework. Moving the bomb site from, I want to say, not storage. It's what's that room? Storage. Okay, so it from storage into stage in the first place, because usually if you did pick that site before the rework, it was very easy to just walk in and get a plant off just on that doorway, and there was nothing really the defense could do about it. I could see the wisdom in them picking that. I don't know, maybe it's not. I don't really think of it as like a troll pick, but they just wanted to just
Defenders,
try it
protect your
out.
bombs from being defused by
Um,
attackers.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know, but it just didn't. That wasn't really a good defensive round coming in from WeSports. It was a very this time. I mean, for the first time that we saw between those three rounds, that was really the first round on the attack where Loud was really dominant. And I mean, that was almost a flawless round from them.
Yeah, if
I just
Synapse's game didn't freeze, apparently, is what happened
yeah.
there, that probably would have been an even quicker round than we
10 seconds
even
left.
saw. I don't know about you, but if this pattern
5
continues,
seconds
we
remaining.
might see overtime for our very first map here. This is definitely an
Attackers,
exciting
objective is to
prospect.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
A
I was
lot
just gonna say
closer
that too.
than I think a lot of people expected coming into this. Or is it Loud? They're in the lead. WeSports can still close this out 7-5, but that will be the closest map we have seen inside of the Champions Series so far for Season 6. So even just in that aspect, we are in for a treat right now because these teams, they don't want to let each other win. Matox just looks away at the wrong time there. So unfortunate. I think that maybe was Zarok or Spliz, just based on the outlines alone. Just noticed we've got a castle as well, so the attackers are going to have to deal with that. Baby Shark, maybe just with 2 of those Kairos pellets, will be able to find something very cheeky angle, though, from critical onto that construction balcony. And a minute has gone and not much has happened in terms of map control. Still, Garage persists. Still,
Oh.
I was going to say still there are 5 players alive, but maybe not for much longer. Zarok will go down. I don't think Baby Shark will be able to confirm this one, however, as Hunter will pick up the mute. So far, still 5 versus 5, but again, no heals available, so Zarok will be on 20 HP for the rest of this round, if not even less. Especially, you know, the SMG-11, not really the best weapon for those long-range engagements. Here comes the Thatcher now. The EMP blast will get that main wall open and Spliz will go down. That's a very nice angle. Swaz with the ACOG on the AR-33. Not quite able to find the kill, but a grenade comes out. Matox take down Zarok. P13 with a bit of a response. But still, 3 versus 4 essentially now for the defenders. They've got a lot to hold on and a minute still left to go.
Yeah, you see the Loud Gaming roster just about to make their execution on the site. They got 55 seconds of P13 taking a step back and into some bullets as he's down but not out. And then the player that is out is actually Spliz, but this push is going to come in from so many different angles. You have a player on big wall, and then you have a player just running in and baiting the player to. That was a good bait too, wasn't it? Zofia just running in and then causing the player to peek into him. But he peeks into some other bullets, and now it's left Hunter in the 1vX situation, and he's not going to find a single one. And now we see Loud Gaming on match and map point as they look to claim Clubhouse. Can I change my vote on the community poll? I don't switch up that easily, but I mean, Loud look very good right now on Clubhouse. I have to say, not very good, but like they look okay. They look better than WeSports at the moment. I mean, they're on match point for a reason. And I feel like that round, the last 2 rounds that we saw from Loud were actually very strong. And if they end up winning this map, I could totally see them winning out. What is it? Villa. I could totally see them winning out Villa. Especially since I feel like Clubhouse and Villa are similar maps.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Inside of Siege, at least. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like I said, I feel like Villa and Clubhouse are just so similar in ways, and this may speak volumes for the future of this matchup.
Yeah, the one thing about Villa is that it is a very big map, but
Yeah.
it has sort of the same problem as Clubhouse, as there's that one portion that just goes overlooked. Inside of Clubhouse, it's more of that billiards and strip club area, but for
10
Villa,
seconds to
it's that
insertion.
basement. Nothing happens in the basement.
5
Absolutely
seconds to
nothing.
insertion.
So again, we might see Loud just getting a bit cheeky with their basement
Locate
plays,
and
as we
defuse
have
the bomb.
seen, especially Mattox inside of the strip club. Either way, now it's gonna be difficult to try and separate these two teams, it looks like. But Loud, they're on a bit of a tear right now. They've got 2 rounds in a row, especially that CCTV attack was so good.
Yeah, it was a very strong round coming in from them, and not for WeSports. They are under a lot of pressure. For these last 2 rounds, they can't make any huge mistakes
Nah.
that, again, will cost them the round, and they have to put this into overtime if they want to potentially claim Clubhouse, because this is their map, let us not forget. And if they lose this map, this could speak, again, volumes. This could speak volumes for how they play these future maps. We see some peaks coming in from the Malusi playing on main stairs, the Malusi Inks Blizz, and the Ash also raining some shots onto that Malusi player there. But again, none of those shots are going to connect. And it looks to be that well, I was going to say all 5 players are playing inside, but it just looks to be the 4 players playing, well,
Bomb
on
Yeah,
around
Critical's
site.
in strip club.
Yeah, he's just all by himself in strip club, and he's well, as you guys can see by the compass, he's in the junkyard entrance, and he might just be playing the Mattox way, just lurking until his time is right. But they rain some shots that way, and it looks like they are either aware or they're just being very cautious, raining some warning shots their way. But there goes some shots raining in from Critical. He's not going to connect a single one on the player that just randomly walked in front of that. So now, if they didn't know of his position, they know it now, and they're going to be aware of that coming this final push or this execution that they are going to look to make.
Yeah, 1 minute to go now, and the pressure is mounting. P13 is just going to hold a close angle up onto this base breach hole that has been made over by the main stairs, as the attack will be encroaching ever forward. Critical still has not been moved, and this is something that is just wasting so much of the attacker's time. They're going to need to divert attention quickly and just focus on the site, which leaves this perfect for Critical to try and capitulate Loud inside of this round. Swaz not able to try and find the angle so far, as P13 has falled back. Lasmo, however, does take the head off of Zara, but 2 kills come back, make that 3 come back for the side of WeSports. But just as quickly as the man count went in the favor of WeSports, it has turned back to a tie once again. 10 seconds left, and the timer could be the 3rd man that WeSports need inside this round. Baby Shark will get downed outside the main breach, and now it's just Cynex who has to take this down, but Baby Shark is the only one left, and he is injured on the floor. This should be WeSports with the round. There it is, the defuse and the disable comes through. Hunter is able to close this one out, and there it is. WeSports just managed to hold on by the tips of their fingers.
I thought you were gonna. I'm so childish. I thought you were gonna say something else. But anyways,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, we do end up going into, well, we're still on match point for Loud, but we are just 1 round away from Wii Sports youngsters claiming another round and possibly bringing us into overtime. And I mean, you called it, and I felt like it as well, that we might actually see an overtime here, and it's very possible
yeah.
that in this last round that we get just that. And I think honestly, I think I said it before, like, we sports don't need to make any mistakes, but now the same has to be said for Loud Gaming if they want to claim Clubhouse for their own. And they have it. They have 1 round to go before they eventually claim it. But it is up to them just as
Defenders,
much as it
protect
is
your
up to
bombs
Wii
from being
Sports
defused by
Academy.
attackers.
And this time, for potentially the last sites of this map, we do end up going to Gym Bedroom. And what would you want to see different coming in from Loud Gaming, seeing as they just lost the round before that?
I want to see their time management get better, honestly, because that round pretty much just came down to time. They weren't thinking straight because Critical had just wasted so much of it inside the strip club. So, you know, WeSports, if they can continue this roam game that actually works out, this could be overtime on the cards. And then WeSports, they start on the defense on overtime, I'm pretty sure. So,
Attacker's objective is to locate
again,
a bomb and defuse it.
big things that need to be thought about, but gym bedroom is going to be the site for this. So, interesting pick. Maybe trying to catch Loud a bit off guard. Obviously, they can't go to the other two sites, and Bar didn't work out for them. So, it does make sense, but this could be... Well, actually, no, they can go to CCTV, because Loud took that one. So, I don't know why they haven't. Perhaps they're just not feeling confident about it, considering how poorly it went for them last time. And they've decided to take a bit of a different approach. It could just work out, though, however, as we've already seen 45 seconds be burnt inside of this round, and Critical with the MK14. Just looking up on that hatch, so very aggressive positions from these WeSports players. It's not just... wow. Okay, there's a grenade kill from Mattox. Hunter will fall. It's a good start for Loud right now. They've still got 2 minutes as well, so a lot of time as well. P13! He's droned out, but still has the deployable shield to his advantage. Looking down the red stairs, he is aware of this push, it seems like, and that sound cue will be all he needs. The pre-fire round, and there goes Mattox hitting the ground.
I mean,
he still has the angle. I'm getting nervous.
Located by attackers.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good pre-fire from P13. Really, really well played from him. But now this push is coming in from servers, and not only does he have to deal with it, but also Critical as well. Critical and P13 have to deal with this push from servers, but P13 also has to deal with this push from red stairs, and that's the fuser that's so irresponsible from Swaz. Synnex is able to grab the kill, but he's not going to grab the second on
No
Synnex.
way!
And P13, he's on for an ace. He grabbed 2 of his own 4, and
there
now
it is.
5! And that's the ace for P13, and I mean, bro, Uncooked, we're going into overtime. Let's get it.
Let's go. Loud. They have just crumbled these last 2 attacks. That is not something we should be seeing. I think you can agree there. What? Wow. That's the only way I can put that right now. P13, the savior for WeSports youngsters right now, as we're definitely going to require at least 2 more rounds. It started off so well, but Loud, they crumbled, they fell, and they have fallen. They're not fully out of it yet.
Yeah, it's not only that the fact that they crumbled, but it's also the fact that they
Attackers need to locate and defuse
it was
as
so
many
one
bombs
player
as they can.
in one area of the map that they were trying to desperately control. And yes, he's willing to get to the first pick onto the player that happens to be just like running up to. Well, he wasn't running up the stairs. I mean, as soon as he. I feel like Mattox, as soon as he got onto the barbed wire, he was trying to back up, and I'm guessing he was trying to bait the Jaeger to swing out onto him, because maybe the Jaeger would have thought he was closer than he was. But that was a really nice pre-fire coming in from P13, and I felt like after the second kill came in from P13 that they probably should have retreated from the push. And then again, I felt like the main reason why they won that round, as we see them go back onto gym bedroom, and Trip is just signal that instead of the rotation that we do see on that red stairs wall, this time they're going to be reinforcing it up. But I felt like the main thing that lost them that round, if it wasn't P13 going on an absolute tear and destroying them, it's the fact that Swaz lost the fuser on red stairs.
Yeah.
Like, why are you solo pushing up red stairs with the diffuser? There's no reason for that.
Yeah, Loud just kept giving P13 his ones, and that just... Oh no. Well, Critical is able to find a very short spray into Mattox. He's going to go down inside of stock. Oh no. Was that just a pre-fire? It looks like it was. Possibly a call there for the sound call at least. The barricades breaking are extremely loud. That's going to be a bit of a tilter for Loud. Because now they've got so much to do with one less player. Zarok not quite able to find the kill. There it is, Cynex. Zarok not really having the impact in the fragging department, but steps up when it matters, and this is certainly one of those times. The Selmas will come through, and actually, Zarok gets a second. It's the same story yet again. Loud are just giving the players inside of CCTV and Cash their ones, and WeSports are just winning it right now.
I have to say, on that kill, that was just a little bit. That was again, it's the same thing that happened with Swaz last round. Just the lack of focus and the lack of awareness. There goes Zerat grabbing another, and he's on a triple. He might potentially grab the quad if another player doesn't steal it from him. And there goes the quad. Again, it's not up to Swaz for that round being lost. It's all of Loud Esports losing concentration and letting one player dominate them. This time, Zerat getting a quad. Yes, another player stole a kill from him to grab the ace. I wouldn't really call it stealing, but I call it stealing anyways because it's just funner that way. But it's a bit odd. I just don't know what that round was. And I mean, again, it was that kill onto Swaz that really caught me off guard for the main fact that that wall was opened. Loud opened that wall themselves, and he's just standing right in front of it, knowing that there's a Jaeger playing in Cash itself, instead of watching both the wall and the breach, or having somebody watch the breach and him watch the doorway that separates server and Cash. I don't know. It's that lack of attention making, a lack of awareness. It's everything that Loud isn't doing. That's WeSports is. And WeSports are on overtime match point. This match was just 6-4 in the advantage of Loud. And it switched so fast.
Yeah. It's definitely a tilter for Loud, but looking into their defense now, their only defense in overtime, this could be WeSports just being able to close it out, because obviously they are on the defense in overtime, and that gives them quite a significant advantage. Loud, they need these next 2 rounds. It's all going to start with their defense of the basement.
It'd be interesting to see how they defend this, if Mattox is still going to be playing on this lurker role that he's been playing on that worked so well in the regulation time, but instead we see a different take coming in from WeSports youngsters, and that's the fact that they have Spliz solo pushing into, well, he's being droned in, but he was solo pushing into Strip Club, and that you didn't see that from WeSports this time. So it looks like they've learned from their regulation time attacks, knowing that Loud likes to put a player, specifically Mathos, in that position. But Mathos, still lurking, still solo roaming by himself, is going to be the first pick of this round, and he has been the first pick for the last few rounds for Loud Gaming, and he just hasn't been as effective, not only on his attack, but now in his overtime defense. There goes the Nitro Cell coming in from Lasmal, and he's going to move away from his position on this second floor hold that he was just in. But he's not going to retreat from it quite yet. He's going to have 2 players.
No way.
There goes one, and there goes the second. Zerat grabbing that trade as he takes the head off of Hunter. And now, I mean, in this round, it's 1:35 left to go. It's a 4v3 man advantage for the side of WeSports Academy, or WeSports youngsters, I mean. And I mean, they're just now, well, they are now making these vertical holes. They're getting these hatches open, and they're probably going to look to make their execute onto site very, very soon, because just as quickly as this round can start, it can just so quickly as end. And the timer on the top of your screen is in the disadvantage of the attackers. So they had to make it execute sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
And
1 minute left to go. It's risky. It's definitely risky, is the way I would put it. Baby Shark is still holding the dirt tunnel. Nothing is going to come of it. These long angles are having to be held right now, but Synex, he's going to rotate back all the way out to blue. These defenders, they do not want to take these fights outright because they know that they are just being outgunned right now. Swaz, he's having second thoughts about pushing this. Critical will get injured, that's Synex, and actually Swaz will find one as well. It's now 2 versus 3. I'm not too sure how WeSports have managed to fail this. Spliz just has to drop down through the smoke. Will find Baby Shark. Synex is there for the trade. Now P13 on the main stairs. 12 seconds left. And not able to get it done. Loud just managed to hold on. And it's just the opposite now. This is so back and forth. But WeSports, they're still on defense for this very last round. Round 15. It's getting close, and they might just be able to finish this.
it's just, I mean, again, attack. The timer on the top of the screen is again any disadvantage of the attackers, and Wii Sports, unfortunately for them, showed exactly why. They took a lot of they either panicked and rushed themselves, or I don't know, they took a lot of time to really make their execute happen. And then once the time started to run out, they really panicked and they rushed themselves into sight. And when you have a smoke in play for the defenders, you can't just rush into sight like that. You have to take care that the smoke is there and that you have to deal with him accordingly. That
Attackers need
doesn't
to
mean you
locate and
rush
defuse as many
yourself and
bombs as
you
they
rush
can.
your gun straight at the smoke, because the smoke has the SMG-11, one of the better guns in the game, one of the better sidearms in the game, and also he has those smoke grenades in play, and also the Mossberg. So you can't just rush him, and that's exactly what happened. They tried to rush into sight, and they were dealt with accordingly. And the smoke made was really impactful that round for Loud, but now we get to see Loud on the attack. And I have to say, for the last few rounds that we saw Loud play on the attack, they weren't really that well, at least
Left before insertion.
up until it was like 6-4. They weren't really that impressive on their
5 seconds
attacks. It was
remaining.
just Wii Sports again doing a lot of things right that Loud
Attackers'
weren't
objective
doing,
is to
whether that
locate
was
a bomb and defuse it.
communication, whether that was just being aware, whether that was just intel gathering. Loud wasn't doing that, and also they took way too much time, like you said, Uncooked.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to see the opposite of what I just said from Loud Gaming, but better, because they have to be better to win this round and to claim this map. And this is the final round for both teams.
Yeah, 2 minutes 30 on the clock right now is Loud. They're still trying to get an entry into the building right now. Spliz is up here on the top floor with the P10. Such a useful weapon when it comes to this, even despite its various nerfs, is still so powerful. Zarok as well. The cameras that are being brought by the Valkyrie are just so impactful due to this vigil ban. WeSports are using the Valkyrie to its fullest extent, which is something that we maybe didn't see much from Loud.
No, they didn't bring the Valkyrie at all on
Yeah,
their defense.
it's a shame, really, because you know the intel that you can gather is just so useful. You can see this black eye just taking out so much, but never mind. Baby Shark able to barricade bang, I suppose, Zarok. That is going to be it. They've put up a good performance so far, but it shall be no more. P13 will rotate up into Moto, just trying to get a bit more aggressive, but Spliz, C4 goes out, not able to find anything. Is on quite a wide flank right now. This could be all they need. Swaz, however, is looking there. As these tight angles being held, nothing will go so far, and backs onto the Claymore. Absolutely. What? That is ridiculous, and it shows that these players are getting antsy. What a shot, however, that actually was not... For a minute, I thought that was critical. P13, however, with a good angle. Baby Shark will find a second, and now it's only critical with the Alder not able to get it done. Loud, just in the very last moment of overtime, able to clutch it out because WeSports, they got too antsy, they got too nervous, and it is not going to be the victory for them on Clubhouse. 8-7. We've had an absolute screamer so far, and let's just break that down for you right now. It's wild.
It's wild, but also for Wii Sports, I do have a lot of questions. Just of how they played that map, and really questions for both teams because there was a lot of mistakes made from both teams, and it'll be interesting to see how Villa is played because I said it during the match, but Villa is just as similar to Clubhouse, apart from, again, you said it before, but the basement not being played as much on Villa or not at all because there's no real play to be had in basement apart from what if you pick the kitchen site or if you play, well, you could do some deep roaming there, but usually it's not as effective as if you were to roam on the first and second floors or whatever. But just a lot of weird mistakes coming in from both teams, and but those mistakes, it's odd. I would expect to see it from Loud more or less because I said it before, but minor league is a lot different from major league. But to see those mistakes coming, to see the same type of mistakes coming out from Wii Sports, I don't know what to really say other than they really need to get their shit together if they're going to have a chance on Villa, let alone if we end up going to the third map, which is Oregon.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite an interesting map onto Villa, but that is going to be just in a few minutes. We're going to toss to a break now, but when we get back, we will be getting into map 2 and all of the action that there is. So we're just going to toss to a quick break now. Don't leave. We'll be right back.
But the one thing about the site, if the attackers have the vertical control, they can make you pay, but that's typical to make Stizzy pay for just swapping over that. Oh my god, he does another kill. Typical, that's the fuser down. What the heck, Ayana? He's looking so hey, that's another kill for typical. There's no way. I can't believe this. Gecko's in the 1v2. Garden, that's actually lethal. That could have been another for him, but it's a good shot from Johnny. And now with 1v3, he could be a 1v3, actually still down. He could grab his kill and put it on a sliver of HP. His health bar is flashing red for that reason. Because, oh, there you go. And that's a wall break.
Are you ready for this?
They take the forward, but it looks like they're in the driver's seat. They take 3 steps back, and I mean that's a step that you do not want to take. Frozen Hex is able to grab that kill. Frozen backs up a little bit. That'll be
15 seconds left to go now, and that's another nice kill from Hex. Was able to find his third, but not quite the fourth. Mastery is now the only one that stands in the way. He's just going to have to try and run away. Swings around the corner, and Kex wins it somehow. 1 versus 3. That is not a situation that should be happening at all.
What? Matrix game caught from Skylight. And it's going to be looking like Makeaway's going to sit on these repel angles in there. Oh, Matrix! What a shot! Maybe 2. Oh, Matrix! What the hell? Matrix, are you insane?
and that's definitely not our and that's actually the Mika down. So no more temporary crafting. Wow, you gotta be kidding.
God, no way.
They have the Ace, they have the Ayana, they have the Sledge. Sledge still has the Cracker.
Oh my
man.
Baby Shark again, just really getting up in the faces. There's the quad. Nice little tap fire there. DJ Kiosk now on the ace. And there's Baby Shark with the ace. Flawless round from Loud as just Eagle Empire folded. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to it's a very, very intense quarterfinals game right now between WeSports, YGS, and Loud Esport. We have a closer game than I think any of us expected. Loud, the minor league team, were actually able to take the first map Clubhouse 8-7. And now we're heading on to Villa, which is going to be. You've said it yourself, 1B. It's fairly similar to Clubhouse in the way it plays. There's just one key difference, and it's that it's so much bigger. Villa, one of the biggest maps we have in competitive play right now, and it's going to be quite a challenge to for the attackers at least to come against it.
Yeah. It's gonna be challenging for the attackers. It depends on who's starting out on what side first. I'm not too sure. I think it's
Louder on defense again.
WeSports are on attacking and Ladder on defense. So I mean, it's I don't know what to really think about this map because on Clubhouse we got what we weren't really expecting. Well, from both teams, but more so from Wii Sports. And I feel like if they play the same way that they did on Clubhouse, we might see it go one-sided in a way of Loud. I hope that they, during the time that we were like down and we had our little break, that they had some time to talk with one another, some time to mentally prepare themselves for this map. Since they are a map down, they do have to win this map to stay in this series,
Yeah.
to get to the second, to get to the third map, so that they can actually have a chance of getting themselves into the semis or the quarters, actually, not the semis.
No, it's the semis. This is quarters.
Oh my god. Yeah, the semis. Oh my god. I don't know why I thought it was the quarters. I was like looking at the brackets and for some reason I'm like, quarters? No, we're in a quarters, but semis. And it's just I don't really know what to say in like in support of either team really. I just hope that we see a lot better from Wii Sports because they didn't play too badly on Clubhouse, but there were a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, that were made that cost them that match, and it was a lot more than what I was used to seeing from them, at least from what I saw of them during their major league season, during their major league run.
Yeah, I think the pressure and maybe the expectation to win as well maybe has caught up with them a little bit. Obviously, Wii Sports, they were the the new promotions, I'm pretty sure. So it will be interesting to see, has the pressure finally got to them? And we're seeing minor league teams can go quite far inside of the Champion Series. We saw it with Wii Sports youngsters. We might see it with Loud yet as well. So just we'll go over a couple stats to do with this Villa. We look here. Loud have played Villa twice, 3 times even, but they've only won it twice. They lost 7-3, but then they also won 7-1 and 7-2. So whenever they've played it, it has been fairly one-sided no matter what. We go to the side of Wii Sports, however, they've played it twice. One of them was a 7-0, the other one is an 8-7. So again, we're seeing this inconsistency for the side of Wii Sports that is just not the best and not really what we want to see. We hope they can bring it out here, but starting on the attack on Villa is going to be quite difficult, and I don't think Thatcher will slip through the cracks this time in the ban phase.
Yeah, it is yet to be seen of what we will see in the ban phase, but I am expecting a Thatcher ban, if nothing else, than a Habana or Ace ban. Usually, especially on a map like Villa, where those Jackal is not far off from what I was thinking either. I was just going to say Jackal, and now we got him. But if Wii Sports ban literally anybody else other than Thatcher, this is the one map where I'm in full support of Thatcher being banned wholeheartedly because he is the make or break for attackers on this map. He can do a lot of things right on this, and they're going to leave the Thatcher open once again.
Of
Flores
course.
being banned. I mean, Flores Flores is very impactful on a lot of maps such as Villa and Clubhouse where defenders can put themselves in very precarious positions, very powerful positions, and a Flores is again the make or break to pushing those defenders out of those positions because of the way he can delete a bunch of utility in defense of the defenders. But this time for defense, not a vigil, but a pulse.
Pulse actually makes a lot of sense on Villa.
Yeah.
Thinking especially about the trophy statue defenses. You know, Pulse with that scanner can control so much of Master Bedroom and not even be there. So, you know, that's something very, very big, and the Valkyrie will also get banned out, which we saw kind of run rampage against Loud this time. So they're sort of trying to rein that in, it seems like. Especially for now.
Yeah. The first site that we do see is a little bit on meta. Well, not even a little meta. It's one of the more pick sites, and that's Aviator Games. Sometimes, at least from what I've seen of defensive teams, they like to start out on kitchen dining, and for good reason. I think kitchen dining is probably one of the more stronger sites for defenders if they play it correctly. But we do see a 6-pick coming out from the attackers, and it's the Finka for the Nook, and this. Now that is a little bit interesting, especially on a map like Villa. Nook can be a very, very powerful operator if used right, as can any other operator in the game. And on a map like Villa, for as big as it is, with the fact that WeSports, especially since they're being on attack, attackers have to cover a lot of map to gain map control. It'll be interesting to see how this Nook comes into play for their attacking lineup, whether they decide to attack from study or whether they decide to attack from master bedroom slash astronomy. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out for the attackers.
Yeah, AVG.
10 seconds to insertion.
I would call it the strongest site for defenders inside of Villa.
5 seconds remaining.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Obviously, that comes down to a lot of the time. It's just there's so many spots that the defenders can sit in and hold angles. You think you have that shield on top of the main stairs most of the time. You have players that can hold in vault. You have players that can hold in study as well. There's so much that can happen. Oh, Spliz. Not quite able to find Cynex with that silent breach in. However, nothing will come of it. Matox is spotted out by a drone. Still continues to hold the same angle, but will think better of it and rotate away. That's a second drone to try and get him, but nothing again. Spliz just a little bit too slow on these pushes, but now both of those players are injured. Not injured, but hurt pretty severely. I think we'll probably see a rotate back to site, but actually Matox is still downstairs, it looks like. Have they rotated down to basement? Oh, they have. These red stairs now could be very, very important. We said this before. Ooh, Baby Shark. I'm assuming that was a nade from below, but there's only been a minute left and it feels like there's so much has happened.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this from Maddox actually, as Baby Shark is probably on 10 HP. That's a little bit too low for his liking. And there goes both nades being used by Spliz. But again, we've seen this from Maddox in Clubhouse where he's been on these, on his defensive side, where he's been on these really long lurks, these solo lurks, and it's worked out for him so well. And there you go, Maddox grabbing the first kill of the game, and it's onto the Nook of Spliz. There goes the Nitro Soul from Lasmos. He throws it over the top of main stairs. And here comes the push from WeSports. It's going to be some missed shots from Hunter, but he finally grabs that kill into Lasmo. There goes the second. This time for the side of Loud Gaming as they make this a 4v3 Swaz, grabbing Xerac. And that's your Sledge gone. And I mean, Baby Shark is actually on 10 HP, so theoretically this is a 3v3. But if he can manage to take somebody down with them, that'll be a win for Loud. But what the hell is Cynex doing here? He gets killed. I think he just got shot from his own teammate. Yeah, he just got shot from his own teammate, and it's 2 kills coming out from WeSports. Hunter and P13 grabbing two for their one of each. Mad Dog's grabbing a third for himself or a second this time in this round, and he's gonna play himself inside of landing, watching for anybody rushing into the aviator's site. While Swaz is actually in bar, holding it down on his own against the players pushing there. There goes the kill for Swaz as P13 crashes himself into sight. There's the intel gathered from Hunter as he's left in the 1v2 situation. He's just going to be on top of his main stairs, but he has 15 seconds left to make an execution. He doesn't have the diffuser in hand, but he does have this gun in his hand, and he's going to try and get his kill. He is, but he's just going to run right through the Aruni gate, and Swaz is going to be able to clean up this round. He had that... Oh my god, he had the... What's that gun called again?
P10.
No, not the Roni. I was talking about. I
It was either the G36 or the ARX.
There it is. I don't know why, but I had a massive brain fart on that gun name. But he had the ARX in hand, the ARX being the stronger guns in the game, and usually if you have a choice between, again, like you said, the G36C and the ARX, you're gonna choose the ARX. Hunter had it, but he got one kill and he couldn't find the second as he rushed himself into sights. And that was a very close round. It could have gone either way really, even though it was a 1-2 for Hunter. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to win that round for his team, and the first round goes to Loud Gaming. And the site that we are going to see is, well, the second floor site, and that's Trophy Statue. And with this lineup that they have, they brought out the mirror, curiously enough, for Statuary Trophy. And I'm not hating on them too much because I can see it makes sense. But I'm wondering what they're planning, what type of... I just wonder what the play style is going to be here. If they're going to play a little bit more reserved, if they're going to just be if they're going to look to play the mirror for intel, or if they're going to play a little bit more aggressive and isolate some of these attackers in those positions where they have the mirror facing. I don't really know. It looks like they're going to play this a little bit more aggressively with the way that mirror is positioned on that statuary side into master bedroom. It's interesting though, I have to say. That mirror, I've never seen that. I have seen that mirror before, but rarely so.
Yeah, it's definitely a rarer sight to see, and the attackers had quite a few just very quickly trying to get a little bit of pressure onto this master bedroom in the closet. You can see the drone work start to come through now. Bathroom is confirmed to be clear.
What the?
They still need to look through Astro.
Bomb located by attacker.
They still need to hop in. Actually, I think there's a player just inside the bathroom right now. Yes, Hunter just manages to push their way all the way up. Don't think there's a player on Astro stairs though, so that pre-fire will go to waste. Actually, Synex is there. 1 minute burnt down, 2 minutes left to go. As Matox is roaming his mirror, not really something you tend to see. Baby Shark taking a lot of pressure now. Still nothing to worry about so far. Swaz will take a little bit of damage. I think that was probably a grenade. As we can see, there we go. Hunter with the opener in this round, able to find a second as Synex gets aggressive up the Astro stairs, and he's now in Astro, able to find the third. Baby Shark will fall. Not quite the fourth though. Swaz is able to shut that down. The long angle Zarok is the only thing standing in the way. Never mind, it's actually Matox. I don't know what that was, but critical.
Hey. Loud? They just...
Wow.
I mean, it was weird enough that Hunter was able to grab control of bathroom so easily. Yeah. It's also even weirder that he was able to take control of astronomy and get those 2 picks the way he was. Not only the 2 picks, but also the third one. The third player was just unaware that there was somebody in astronomy. And it's just, I say it so many times, but the lack of awareness from Loud there just, I don't want to know if it was a lack of awareness or if it's a lack of aggression on their part to deal with the player that was in bathroom, but also a little bit of a question mark coming in from Maddox, because Maddox was all the way upside.
Yeah.
And he had no impact on that round whatsoever because, again, he was all the way upside. So there was no way he could have an
Attackers need
impact
to
on that round.
locate and
I
defuse
mean,
the
if he
bomb.
was playing below with his nitro, so especially with the way with how easy WeSports got into those rooms, he could have had some impact on that round. But he was all the way in basement, and realistically, there was nothing he could do about those players pushing into master bedroom, and not only master bedroom, but again, the most important of of that round was the bathroom push coming in from Hunter. I don't really know what the plan was there from Loudy Sports, but that wasn't it.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, that definitely was not the play. They're going to run it back.
5 seconds left before
Interesting, because I don't think it's immediately fixable. Obviously, they
Attackers'
could
objective is
prove me
to locate a
wrong.
bomb and defuse it.
But right now, I just don't see it. I think WeSports might be able to might be able to get a second round here. Which, bear in mind, this is Villa on the attack. So if they're able to find, more than 2 rounds, we can consider that a very good half for them, and that really sets them in a good position to face Villa as a map. And we'll get to the decider, which is Oregon.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It'll be interesting to see how this map turns out. We've said it so many times before, but Clubhouse was such a brawl between those two teams. A lot of mistakes being made, but a lot of good things happening between those two teams as well. And I feel like Villa will be the same for that same reason, because, well, okay, there goes Hunter grabbing the first pick of the game, and here comes the second from Mathox. It took him a while to claim that kill, but he finally does. Baby Shark is lit down to about 25 HP. Hunter inside of closet, almost killing the smoke of Baby Shark, and that would have been a very important pick. But here comes a even more important pick. That's the Twitch of Critical being down and out by Lasmo, and Swaz is all the way in study, and he knows that there's a player on that master bedroom balcony. But there's also 2 players inside the actual map. 1 player in the walk-in closet, but also a player inside of bathroom. And this setup from Loud, especially with the way that they have their players set up, they seem a little bit extended, not overextended. I feel like they're just the right type of extended. They have some players in some very important positions where they can watch for the run-ins, or they have some players just below, maybe just to get some kills from those vertical angles, the same vertical angles that we saw Mattox get a kill from. Or they only have Mattox below those, so never mind.
Yeah, we can just see as well Hunter repping the new Lunar New Year skin. I don't know if they're actually able to see the head there, but not going to click, so no kill available. P13 will find Baby Shark at long last. They've been waiting for it for a while, as Mattox finally gets the idea that maybe they might need to rotate back up the stairs and join his buddies on the site. Zarok is looking like they might go for a chase, but it will actually just go up the red stairs. Will they be aware? No, Swaz catches him off guard, but not able to find one. Hunter, what a lovely little one-tap there it sounded like. Swaz will fall, and now Loud, they're at a man disadvantage, 2 versus 3. Mattox pushes in through the bathroom. I don't know if this is going to be caught out. Hunter falls. So does P13. The plant does not go down. He definitely could have got up and tried to save himself there, but now Zarok, 1 versus 2, will take down Mattox. However, it's now 1 versus 1. There's only 10 seconds left. We've been in situations like this before, 1B. We have seen how this goes. Zarok swinging around the corner. Lasmu is staying hidden, staying far back, and will not let themselves be caught out. Loud, by the skin of their teeth, are able to find round 3 on Trophy. And oh my god, did that get very, very, very stressful.
Mattox doing the same thing that we saw him do in Clubhouse. He did this in the very first round where he's lurking, and he's doing such a good job at it because WeSports are allowing him to. I mean, in that round alone, I felt like there wasn't really a lot WeSports could have done apart from Hunter just winning the gunfight against Mattox, but that's easier said than done. Mattox getting 2 very key kills, and I don't know what could have been if Zarok maybe stuck to hunt. I don't know. I don't even think it was him that he was hunting down there. I think that was
Attackers need to locate and
Cinex
defuse
actually that
as
he was
many
hunting
bombs
down.
as
But
they can.
regardless, Mattox just on a late rotate is able to make an impact yet again. And now we see Loud going back to Aviator Gaming, and they're just going to be sticking to these second floor sites for now. They're not going to go to kitchen, dining. They're not going to go to living office or living room. That site is called, but instead, just sticking to these second floor sites. And I can see that. I would have loved to see kitchen dining though, if I'm being honest, but
Yeah,
we're not gonna get it.
it's really I like kitchen dining. It's a very good site. We've mentioned this before, but
Attackers are moving out to locate
I
a
think
bomb
it's
and defuse
wise to go to ABG for Loud here. I think it's definitely the better site of the two. And it's definitely been seen in the way that these players are. Loud is so confident right now, and that's the
They have
main
a
thing. You can see it in the way they're playing. They are just swinging so much. They are just taking these gunfights that they shouldn't be winning, but they are, just because their confidence is helping them drive through. But WeSports, they are not letting themselves falter so far.
Wait, what?
Was that the Twitch drone?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Twitch drone, able to get the down onto Mattox. That is definitely the first time I've seen that happen. Cynex will fall in the meantime as well. It's now 3 versus 5 for Loud right now. This roam has just fallen apart.
Yeah, WeSports are in a good man advantage here. If they're able, well, I was gonna say if they're able to confirm Mattox, that would have been huge for them because Mattox has just been a pain in their butt this whole game. Not just on this map, but also again on Clubhouse on that defensive side where he was able to lurk so freely because WeSports allowed him to. But he's going to be picked up. He's going to be reset to 25 HP. But that also means that he's one shot, and if he is shot to 0 HP again, he's going to be out for the game. He cannot be injured no more. But here comes the nade and also the nitro cell in hand, but he just ripped it, and there it goes. It explodes, it does hit, but not to the point where it kills somebody. And there goes Hunter on the swing and the make for himself. Lasmo is able to get downed, but now a 5v3 man advantage for WeSports as they look to claim this round into round 4. Mattox is still lurking down below, and not no more because Xerox is able to delete him. He was on such low HP, it was only a matter of time before a bullet or two hit him. And there you go. There goes the kill though from Swaz. He's able to slim this down to a 4v2. Still in the advantage for WeSports Academy. And there's no way he got that off. Oh my god,
Really?
you got to be kidding me.
Oh
yeah,
god.
Baby Shark is able to get that really weird flank off. And this, I mean, it was just
Oh,
a 5v3. It was just a 5v3. It's not a 2v1. Baby Shark is in the really good position to get this flank off as P13 is actually on, well, I want to say 40 or 30 HP. I'm not too sure. But he is in a 1v2 situation. 30 seconds left to go. And he's just slowly creeping. Slowly creeping. There you go. And there goes the plant. It's going down. 13. There goes the nitro cell, but it's not going to hit anyone. It does go off, but still not going to be able to hit no one. He does make the shot, but there goes P13 on the swing. And that was way too close for WeSports. I mean, again, they just let Loud get away with so much shit. I mean, Baby Shark? Are you telling me that there was nobody in 90 from esports to watch for somebody to swing out a bar? And you're telling me he got it in that long ass hallway. He's able to get that swing off onto that player. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. Either somebody's in 90 or they have somebody right behind that Finka to watch for that swing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you would think at least, wouldn't you?
You know, that's the thing about Siege. You shouldn't think at all.
That is fair, that is fair.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Just things. Looking at the scoreboard, Hunter, 10 and 4. Like, wow. What an impact this player is having. And it is ridiculous right now.
I said it at the pre-show as well that he's one of their more confident players, and I felt like when WeSports WeSports has played almost all of their games. He's probably been their most consistent player. He doesn't let a lot of things get to his head. He's very mentally like sound, and that's not to say it that he did mental illness and stuff like that, all that crap. But
Attackers'
it's
objective
just
is
like
to locate a bomb
he's
and
one of
defuse
their
it.
more confident players. He's really level-headed for them, and it's good. It's good for Wii Sports to have a player like that, especially when they are down the map at the moment. They need sound, some mentally sound voices to echo in their heads. And right now, Hunter is going to be that player for them. But we are heading into the 5th round, and the round has just started. 30 seconds have already passed, and this time we do get kitchen dining, and we see the cap can come out from Mathox, and I feel like this is the perfect operator for him. Just a lurking operator with some very sneaky captain traps that can really make an impact. But there goes the first pick, and it's onto Swaz from Spliz on his Finka LMG.
Activating override!
Yeah, not great. Hunter will take some damage from those EDDs. So I don't think this mistake will be made again by WeSports. I think we'll be able to hit them right back up as well. So really not the impact that you probably expect yourself to have if you're on Matop right now. A lot of this work needs to come from your gun. Cynex haven't really seen much of an impact from them either, going 0 and 4. I think to try and find their first up onto these upper stairs, but no one is really around that area at the moment. Mattox, there we go. That's how you get kills explosively. And the C4 will find Zarok. The sledge will go down, so this is all the vertical that WeSports are going to get. Not quite as much as you probably would hope if you're the attackers, so definitely a very good pickup to find right here. 70 seconds left, and WeSports need to try and get themselves down onto that first floor right now, because they're still creating these vertical angles with the DMR. It's not ideal.
No, it's not. I mean, when you lose that sledge, you lose. Especially if sledge is the only op that you have for vertical play, you lose your vertical play essentially. Because I mean, if you bring the breaching charges, you only have 3, whereas with sledge you have like what 25 or so breaching hammer charges, breaching hammers, sledgehammers before the sledgehammer actually breaks. But unfortunately for WeSports, they have 30 seconds left to go, but they are going to grab some kills their way. There goes some positively. Spliz able to grab Cinex, and it only leaves Baby Shark, Mathox, and Lasmo. Baby Shark is actually down to 25 HP, and WeSports actually have like 20 seconds left to go, so they need to make this push right here, right now. But Baby Shark is going to slow that down a little bit. Lasmo getting traded off by P13. And again, we see this little rotation, this little lurk roam coming in from Mattox. Just behind in Memorial. Oh, he's going. Oh, no way. He goes down to plant.
No way, he did it.
Time to plant.
Absolutely not. That is how you create an impact inside of Rainbow Six Siege. Loud.
Bruh, no, like, okay, look,
What?
Spliz, I do wanna get a little, Spliz almost really saved that round for WeSports, but I wanna talk about the fact that Spliz was rotating from the dining room area into Memorial, and he basically watched Mattox rotate. Oh, I saw the thorn pick. I got scared. But he watched the player from Memorial do that rotate, and that's not the first time that we saw Mattox do that. And it's also not the first time that we saw WeSports again let him get away with that. But that rotate is from Mattox, and Spliz kind of not overlooking it, but letting it happen is a little bit unforgivable. Not only for me as a caster, but also for Siege, because that's the main reason why they lost that round, was because of that late rotate coming in from Mattox. And if he hadn't down the planter, the plant obviously would have gone down, and if Spliz would have killed him, that leaves Baby Shark in the 1vx situation, and WeSports would have won that because Baby Shark was quite literally on 10 or 15 HP. He was extremely low.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't...
10 seconds to insertion.
What do you say?
5 seconds to go.
You don't. You move on, because
attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and
that was quite frankly, ridiculous. So for this last defensive round, we're going to see a trophy defense come out right now. It's a difficult one for Zarok. Oh, no way! Baby Shark cannot be caught out like that. Zarok with a pre-fire must have been some drone information or something, because that was an incredibly precise spot to pre-fire. And you're just getting a sense that this Intel game is working so much better for WeSports right now than it ever was on Clubhouse. You know, we might see them tie this up 3-3, which for an attacking half on Villa isn't half bad. That could be all they need to propel themselves into Oregon, which is our third map. Hunter with some grenades being tossed into the site, not able to find anything, however. Now see, it doesn't matter though, because Spliz is there with the LMG. Lasmo will find one, the SMG-11, still doing bits inside this matchup. That's an incredibly long angle if that's where Critical was taken down from. The Nomad as well, don't think it's spent any air jabs, which is a massive, massive shame. In the meantime, Lasmo will go down. Here comes a grenade in. Probably find the mute. There we go. 4 versus 2 for WeSports, but we've seen them choke these before, but now it's only 1 versus 4. Matox against the world, not able to find one, needs to reload, but Hunter is there. The prone angle will take the round, and that is just not ideal in the slightest, because now that's a 3-3 defending half allowed, which is not great. Obviously, you know, we have the Pulse Band, we have Valkyrie Band, and there's no Thatcher, but Thatcher hasn't come into play. It's all just down to them getting absolutely outclassed right now.
Yeah, and I mean 3-3, especially for WeSports, going from their attacking half to their defense. That's actually really good. That gives them a little bit of leverage coming into this, coming into their defensive half. Because even if it was 4-2, I felt like it would have been okay as well. Because Villa, as we all know, as everybody in the Siege community, Villa is one of the more defender-sided maps inside of Siege. Everybody knows this. And even if you do go down on your half, whether that be 4-2 or 3-3, not 5-1 or 6-0, you can't come back that hard. Villa's not that defender-sided. But 3-3 or 4-2, it gives you a little bit of leverage on your defensive half. On your defensive half because of how defender-sided Villa is, and this will probably be really good for the confidence of WeSports youngsters. I don't know though, because I mean I'm not in their team chat, but considering how well we saw the defense on Clubhouse do for WeSports, at least in regulation, not so much in overtime. I hope they can bring this. Maybe we will see the third map, especially if they are really dominant in their defensive half. We do see Critical actually prep that window, the 90 window for a jump out, but he's not gonna jump out of it just yet. He does break the glass, probably just to limit. I don't know why you would shoot the glass out. I keep forgetting as to why you would shoot the glass out, but he shot it out anyways. And Mathox again is the first one inside of the building. He's going to lurk from basement up these red stairs, and he's just going to be looking to gain as much map control as he can. I mean, he is the entry, it makes a lot of sense, and he is on the Finka LMG, so he's going to look to do as much damage as he can, cause as much havoc as he can in the very early stages of this round.
Attackers have located a bomb.
He will get spotted out by that Evil Eye, however, so this utility really coming in useful. We're still waiting to try and see. You know, we've got Synex here on the Ash, which tends to be one of your more fragging operators, one of your more entry operators, currently sitting on a big fat donut right now. We need to see all of the players stepping up on both teams, really, because take a look over to the side of WeSports. It's mainly just the Hunter show right now. 13-4 after 6 rounds. Absolutely ridiculous. But there's not much else. Matox will take a healthy amount of damage. And the Toxic Babes will come out as well. That Finker boost will make you take more damage from the smoke canisters as well, which means that is a very dangerous position, and Matox has to just back out. And going to end up on lower health than when they started. 75 seconds left to go, and Loud, they've stalled out hard right now. WeSports, they could be about to take the lead for the first time in this match, and that definitely will help them. Spliz will take down Swaz, and it's not going great right now. Cynex on the red stairs as well. You can see Lasmu over there in 90. Baby Shark with some Overwatch onto Scuddy, but nothing will come of it because there's nobody there. It's a bit of a standstill, a bit of a stalemate, and as this timer goes down, it becomes more and more likely that WeSports will be able to pick up the round. Critical as well is lurking downstairs inside of the library, and shoots a drone, somehow does not find it. Cynex finds one, and Vlasmu starts to get the plant down. How is this being allowed to happen? And there we go, there's the diffuser being planted. Vlasmu will take out Hunter as well. Zarek will go down, and P13 falls as well. Somehow, it's now just Spliz, 1 versus 3. Loud have managed to pull this back. Spliz takes down Mattox, but still 2 more to find. Baby Shark is outside. P13 is down. Might try and go for the revive, but instead, no, thinks the better of it. Cynex inside of the bar will take some damage, now rotating into the vault. This is a game of cat and mouse, and Cynex will fall. Now it's just Baby Shark, but there's only 8 seconds left for Spliz to work with. 5 seconds now. He needs to stick this until this goes past 7. It's now too late. He can't get off. He can't die, but he will. Baby Shark will take him down, and somehow Loud get away with murder inside of that round. What have we just seen?
I mean, this time it wasn't Mattox that they let get away with stuff. It was just the whole of Loud. I don't really understand how WeSports weren't able to stave off that push. You have your Maestro in play. The Malusi gadget was destroyed on top of that map's table.
Yeah. Wow.
Again, you have your Maestro in play. I'm going to keep emphasizing that because Maestro is really good at staving off not only like pushes but also plants. And it's a mystery as to how they understood that there were players just outside of landing, just outside of aviators, and they still allowed that plant to get off. It's not only odd, it's not only weird to me, and not only confuses me, but it makes me it tilts me just a little bit to watch that, because again, you have your Maestro in play. You could have I don't think they had any players from below. I wasn't really paying attention as much as I should have, because I thought that round would have just run out based on the timer alone because of how long Loud took. Loud did not deserve that round, but WeSports, with the way they let that in, probably didn't deserve it neither. And I have a few questions to ask from both of those teams, but mainly for the side of WeSports, because they just let them get away with the plant behind the vault door. There was a Maestro playing in vault. How is that allowed to happen?
And you still 2 players pre-fired round the door as well, but they were pre-firing landing. There was absolutely no information at all, and that diffuser is pretty darn loud as well when it's going down, you know, boop, 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 boop. How do they not hear it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like,
WeSports. No.
Comp players pay as much attention to sound in this game as they do comms. Both are very important. And when you don't need to hear comms, players play a lot of attention to sound. It's very easy to tell sound in this game, because sound, as flawed as it is in Siege, is very, very in your face. You will know what's happening based on the sound. Sound is very important in this game for a reason. That's why people put so much emphasis into it. But you see some drones coming in from the side of Loud Gaming as they push from this south side. They push from the study side. Now they're in study. Now they're in Aviator Bar, and there's probably some players in 90. I'm not too sure. But we see Critical on this Jaeger not playing the 416 carbine, but now this shotgun, this shotgun, and he's probably gonna be watching for some really close pushes. Here it goes. Woo! Zarok is able to get the first pick, and that's Mattox able to trade that out very quickly. And again, we've seen this from Loud in the last round that just happened, but they're not really doing a lot on this map. They're not really taking as much map control but somehow they're able to get the man
Oh my
advantage.
god.
Mad Dog's able to get that kill with the nade from below as the Jaeger was just hiding out and landing. Loud are still stalling on time. They don't
Attackers
have
have
enough
located a
map
bomb.
control, but oddly enough, with the minute and 5 seconds left, they have a man advantage. How is this happening?
This Intel game right now from Loud is absolutely perfect. You cannot fault it at all, but Spliz might be trying to disrupt that. Synox as well is downstairs, just trying to cause a little bit of havoc. 45 seconds left as P13 will take down Baby Shark inside of the bathroom, and you continue to pre-fire across into that master bedroom. Not much will come of it though, as he's gonna fall back to Astro, take a bit of a retreat and help out the team not be as far away. But still, 30 seconds left. Loud, they need to start encroaching onto the site soon, and they're just not doing it. Cynex is just looking in Astro. I'm not too sure what Matox is doing. Lasmo is inside the master bedroom, and it's all just taking way too long. This round could be WeSports based on time alone, as Hunter will take down Lasmo and also Matox as well. Now it's just Cynex, and there's no time. WeSports, they just had to sit that one out.
No, like, okay,
Huh?
look, my
What?
question is for Loud Gaming. Wii Sports, I felt like they did a lot better in that round than they did last time. They were more alert to what was going on rather than with last round where they allowed to plant to happen with, I think it was like it was still 5v5, or it was almost an even man count between both teams. This time they were a lot more alert with what was going on, but I do have to ask a question of Loud because you have players slow peeking around corners when you have 15 seconds left to go. I don't think I need to stress that enough. You don't have enough time to slow peek around corners. You have to go now. They take way too long on these attacks, and it's not only happening here, but we saw this in Villa. I'm not Villa, sorry, this is Villa, but we saw this on Clubhouse where they just stalled out for far too long, and
Attackers
this
need to
time
locate and
it
defuse
didn't work
bombs.
for them. Wii Sports won that round. They probably should have won. They should have won last round actually before that. But this time, Uncooked, we're going to living room. What? We're going to living room.
It's not the first choice for most people.
It's not.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
It's a bit odd, I have to say. I mean, I don't really
10 seconds
I do
left
want to
before
see how they
insertion.
defend this. It looks like well, it doesn't look like it looks.
5
Well, yeah,
seconds
it
left.
does look like because we are seeing it. Oh my gosh, my words. But for me, it
Attackers
looks
are
like
heading
they
out
are
to
going
defuse the
to
bomb.
be having a heavy top four roam. You can see the way that they're setting up this top four, reinforcing the walls between Aviator and Study, and also having a shield in that 90 position close to the main stairs. It'll be interesting to see how they defend this site again with this setup that they do have. They have a Malusi all the way in Study. It is exposed to the door, so if they just step in, they can easily shoot it out. But they also have about like two or three players playing in this second floor position. Mattock's gonna do the same thing that he's done all round, and that's put himself inside the map within the first 30 or 40 seconds, or 10 or 20 seconds, whatever the case may be. But about like 20 seconds have passed by. Loud still have plenty of time, of course, to they can execute here, but it wouldn't surprise me again if they just ran out the time like they do every single round. But my thoughts, he's approaching this 90 position. He sees that Malusi. He probably knows that there's a player playing in this 90 position, but in theory, the player in 90 should also be aware of his positioning here because the drones are coming from the master bedroom side as well.
Yeah, very good extended hold right now for Wii Sports youngsters. As P13 will just get a little bit of damage off onto Matox, I think. So, bit of a standstill. We've still got 100 seconds left in this round, but that is dropping fast. They will be pushing up, and Matox will be able to take down P13 just like that. Very swift. Can see that the rotates are open, as it looks like Wii Sports are now starting to rotate a little bit more down towards the site. But Critical still in the vault, still able to cause a nuisance, still able to wreak havoc. Zarok, however, will go back down to the site, retreat, but Lasmu, that's a nice shot onto Hunter, will take it down to Smoke, who's not really having as big as an impact inside of the second half as you'd expect. Critical will find one, instantly traded out by Matox, however, and now 4 versus 2, we've still got 55 seconds left. Zarok, however, has something else to say about it and take down Lasmu. Matox is still up on this top floor for some reason, I'm not too sure why. Cynex, however, now inside of this main entrance area, drops a diffuser for the Thinker. Zarok, he's on a bit of a flank right now. This could be everything. Just need... Oh, he pre-fires. That might have given away his position. The sound, like you said, so important. 25 seconds though. There's not much time.
Yeah, this rotate coming in from Zarek is probably going to be very crucial, but it's going to be shut down from Cynex as he grabs that kill. Baby Shark is going to get the plant down, but it leaves Quiz in this 1vx situation. He has 2 players to watch out for, and I'll delete the player in the planting spot, but he's not even going to get the chance because the air jab is going to completely screw him over. I mean, you know, we see the Nomad play for both teams, but it's working well in that situation. It worked out really well from Loud, whereas for WeSports, whenever they played the Nomad, and I'm pretty sure they brought it out like 2 or 3 times for their attacking lineup, it wasn't really effective for them because I felt like they either didn't use their air jabs at all, or they didn't place them in the positions where they could be the most effective. And in that situation, it was really effective for Loud, and they went around based off of it. And now they are just 1 round away from claiming, well, not match, but they are 1 round away from putting themselves onto match points, and obviously map and series points, because they obviously won Clubhouse. If they win this map, this series over, and WeSports' chance in the Champion Series is gone. They will not advance, or will not have a chance of advancing, because this map would be won. But I mean, this time we're going to Aviator Gaming living room. The living room site was obviously, I don't want to say it was an experiment, because you're in the knockout stages of probably one of the more important tourneys in Talent League.
Yeah.
So experimenting in this stage of this season is not really an option. You have to play to the best of your abilities. And this time they're going on to a site that people are more used to seeing, which is Aviator Gaming, and you called it the best site on Villa.
Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, I did. For the simple reason, yeah, you don't need many reinforcements, especially for, you know, the default site setup. You can have a lot of rotations because you can hold some really great angles. Thinking, you know, onto this study, into that, even that balcony rappel, you can hold all the way from vault. Obviously, the attackers have the advantages with their sights, but they have so much more to check when you're just holding that one angle.
Yeah, but see, Cloud are attacking from this master bedroom side. You do have the Ace using his charges to Selma onto this wall, separating statuary from master bedroom. You also have a player inside of bathroom. The first piece of contact is going to be a player running across Xerox's crosshairs away from it into the same room. And there goes Hunter grabbing the first pick. Xerox following that up, and that's Hunter with a second onto Baby Shark, and he's going to get his ass out of there. He's going to run away from that whole area, and Lasmo and Cynex are the only 2 players alive in this 5v2 situation. There's no way with the time, well, they do have plenty of time to attack, but with what resources? You have Cynex on Ash, you do have Lasmo with 2 Selma charges left, you have their drones, you have guns, you have claymores, but what use could that possibly be to them against 5 WeSports players who have now retreated back to sites and around the sites to help stave off the push from these 2 Loud Esports players?
Yeah, the only saving grace for Loud in this round is we have seen WeSports throw away man advantages before. Quite a lot of 4v2s, so maybe a 5v2 still within the realm of possibility, but they do have, I think that's critical downstairs with that nitro cell. Not able to find anything. Lazmu with the pre-fire, not quite able to find the man in study, but 35 seconds left. They need to be getting a move on. This flank could be everything. Critical is still downstairs. And Cynex now pushes in, gets shot from too many angles. Hunter as well inside of the study, contributing to this, takes his third, and now it's just Lazmu, and Hunter will find the fourth. A flawless round for WeSports youngsters as they get themselves back into this game, into this matchup, because it looked a bit dire, to be honest.
Yeah. While the scoreline is very close, I would give the edge a little bit to Loud.
Yeah.
As they I felt like even despite being again a minor league team, they have shown their class in this matchup so far. The very first map, and they really showed an impressive performance inside of Villa. Not only is Mattox playing very well, but I'd have to say Baby Shark, Swaz, Lasma, all of them are playing. And WeSports, their beacon of light right now is mainly Hunter, who's the top fragger inside of this matchup right now. But this time we're going to Trophy Statuary, and it'll be I say this a lot. It'll be interesting again, and they have both the Ronis in play between Mozzie and Niruni, and also this Malusi in play. They the last time they played this site, they had the Maestro in play, and it I wouldn't say the Maestro wasn't really effective, but we didn't really get to see his effectiveness because I felt like he didn't really use his utility to the full power that we're used to seeing Maestro use it in, or correctly enough to the point where it could have had an impact on that round. But instead of what we saw a six pick, and instead of, I can't remember who it was that he had, I think it was Jaeger? It was Jaeger now this time onto Capkin for Spliz.
Yeah. Capcan, we've seen be quite an influential operator before. I think that was Mattox, but that was more due to C4s than the actual EDDs themselves. Obviously that he played a great part inside of that. I think it was the kitchen round 5. Mattox is able to clutch it out for Loud, and you know, if that hadn't happened, we would be looking at 6-4 right now, and Loud would need these next 2 rounds just to secure overtime. But obviously we are not there because these Loud players, their clutch value is insane. They like ooze confidence inside of those man disadvantages, and it's playing in their favor for the most part. It's definitely very interesting. I think the EDDs have been spotted, however. No damage will be taken from them yet, but now they'll be checking every single doorway from now on, which is quite a big thing, because it's going to stall them out even more, because, you know, they don't need more things wasting their time right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's been with the Loud. You know, you saying that Loud has confidence, and I do agree with you. They are playing very confidently in this matchup. I feel like it's mainly more on their defensive side, not really their attacking, because on their attacking, whenever they won a attacking round, sometimes we have seen a flawless or two from them, but usually they wait too long to push, or they're not confident enough to push. Serok, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. He grabs the first kill onto Mattox, and that's a nasty, nasty shot. And we see some nice shots in the chat. I mean, that was a nice shot in itself. And there you go, that Roni still, despite it being nerfed, still being one of the more powerful guns in the game. The nerf really didn't do too much harm to it. Recoil's still the same. But I mean, like I said, Loud Gaming, they do waste enough time. Well, I was gonna say Swaz wasn't gonna waste any time putting himself into sight, and he's going to get punished for it. But P13 is also a little bit punished because he's on at least 15 or so HP. You can literally kiss him and he dies.
I mean, I think that's a bit of a worry with COVID-19 now. Anyway, 2 versus 5 for Loud right now. As Baby Shark will go down. Lasmu will be able to find one. Hunter with the SMG11 will light up Lasmu quite a lot. 2 versus 4 now 45 seconds left to go. They need to get something done, and that's not going to be it. Synex now all alone against 4 enemy players. P13 is a lick away from death, but that is still something very... What? The SMG-11 from that range? Hello? Hunter is able to close that out. What an angle. Oh my god.
Man, I told you, Hunter is one of the more confident players inside of WeSports. He's probably one of the more confident players inside this lobby, if you think about it, or if I do say so myself. And that's exactly what I mean. Whenever he's been probably their most consistent player inside of this whole season, and for good reason. He's one of the more powerful fraggers that I do see, apart from some key players inside of QVG Academy, and also Team Wanted, the top 4 teams basically, and also some of the bottom teams inside of Major League. He's probably one of my favorite fraggers, or my is my favorite fragger inside of Talent League, just for the main reason, not because he can hit those nasty shots, but also because he's so confident in himself. Even when he's having a bad game, he can make some impactful plays. And I mean, he's having a really good game now, going 20-6. My
Yeah,
lord,
oh my god.
Jesus, I didn't notice that.
Not did I.
I mean, again, even if he's not having those type of games that he's having now, he can really pull himself up in the most important of times and not let those moments affect him. And he'll, even in some clutch moments, he'll play like he's the best player in the lobby. And I mean, right now he is the best player in the lobby. He's going 20-6,
By
and I mean
far.
he's playing that. I mean, that's what you expect from your fragger, your Ayana player, but not so much from your smoke player. He's been mostly on that smoke. He did have that really good round with Oryx, and now WeSports are on match and map points, and we might just see an overtime, or
even Oregon. That second map. The dreaded map 3 might be on the cards right now. 20 seconds into the action phase, the attackers approaching the building, but still a healthy amount of drone work going on. We have 30 seconds now as well. It's going to be quite interesting. Matox is just pushing down the red corridor. Be checking the basement because you can never quite be sure. Maybe they are going to be pushing all the way up into pantry. I'm not too sure. That doesn't really seem like the play, but nevertheless, SWAT as well applying some of this pressure. Oh, that is a very nice kill onto Zarok, and he will be hitting the dirt. Memorial is an absolute bloodbath right now. Just you can see the ceiling just absolutely splattered. There's only one kill. Synex in the living room will take down one. Swaz with a second, and now the situation in the previous round is now put back directly on to WeSports. P13 1 versus 5 right now. This is a very quick execute, and Lasmu needs to start getting that diffuser down and will start the process. Will begin the process, but P13 was not known. Able to somehow trade with Matox as well. Takes 2 for the tally, but will fall. And now overtime. We've had it again in Clubhouse. We'll have it again in Villa. This is... Oh. And we have apparently a wrong side right now. That's not... gives a bit of time to clear the
what?
We have a little bit of confusion right now, but in the meantime,
Trolling, bro. They may be trolling,
I'm
maybe not,
very
because we see some
confused.
question marks. Okay, this is kind of funny. Anyways, we might not have a rehost. I hope this isn't going to affect the outcome of anything. It shouldn't, because I don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Anyways, we're gonna continue on with this overtime. There's just a little confusion in the chat right now, a bit of us as well, because that certainly confused the hell out of me. And now we start off with WeSports on the defensive side. The 6th pick coming in from Loud Gaming or
Defenders,
Loudy
protect your
Sports
bombs from being defused
onto
by
the
attackers.
Sledge. And I mean, with his nade, Sledge is most definitely, especially with the nerf to Buck. Well, I would call it a nerf in my opinion. With the nerf to Buck coming with him, it was a long time ago, but he got his nade removed. Sledge has most definitely gotten a rise in pick rate over Buck because of the simple fact that he has the breaching camera and also the nades. He can't do vertical play from below, but I mean those nades can do work. Nades have found their way into the siege meta ever so often. Every single meta, they are almost
10
always
seconds
used,
left
and
before
good
insertion.
reason. They're very, very frag grenades can really
5 seconds left.
help you in certain rounds, especially on the attack, especially with the tech being so
Locate a bomb.
I wanna say neutered inside of Siege sometimes. You wanna call Siege a defender-sided game, and for good reason.
Loading new magazine.
Or I do. I call it a defender-sided game.
Yeah, it's all because of that round timer, really, as well. Because the attackers are the ones that are forced into making these engagements. So they're the ones that are often making the most mistakes, which is why Siege can be so defender-sided even. However, Cynex, man count right now, is going to be attacker-sided. Zarok will fall inside of that north side of the map, and Matov will take down Critical as well underneath. Pushing up the red stairs now as well. He's just looking to create even more chaos. The proximity alarm will go off. His position is now known. As the drones will come out and the round will slow a little bit more.
Yeah, you see a couple of players inside of, I want to call that wolf. People in a room that Cynex is in, people call that wolf because there's like a wolf head in that room, but he's just gonna be watching for the player coming out in 90, and the player that is in 90 is Hunter, but he doesn't do a good job of watching it as Mathox is taken down by Hunter. Hunter going now 21-7. He was just 20-6 in the last round, now 20 kills in this round, let alone. But now Baby Shark is using his nade from below. Like I said, main reason why you want to use Sledge in this round is mainly because, well, on his site at least, because the fact that you can nade from below. Swaz also has some nades that he can use below, but I don't think he's below with the Sledge as well. But Synex and I think there's another player behind him are now moving themselves into this 90 position. You have a player inside of Wolf just behind Synex where Synex just was, and now you have Synex in this 90 position where he's facing the wall that's already been breached by the ace. I think that's the player behind him as well, yeah. Okay, so Swaz and Baby Shark are below with nades, where Synex and Lasmo are just next to each other, Lasmo and Landing, but Hunter, oh my god, he's just going on a reign of terror in this round, grabbing a double kill, and he grabs not only Baby Shark, not only Mathox, but Baby Shark in this round alone. He may get his third if Lasmo gets too careless here. He's holding a tight angle inside of Study. There goes Synex to grab a kill. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me,
No
Swaz.
way.
It's 2 kills,
That is...
but not in the way that you would want them.
Yeah, 25 seconds left, and now the defenders are in the prime position, but somehow P13 does not get the pre-fire, and Cynex locks it down from the landing. Hunter not able to find his third in the round, as Loud managed to claw that one back from the brink of destruction. Now they're in the advantage, defending on Villa. You've got to favour them now, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared for WeSports. I do want to see Oregon, but that round was a little bit odd to see, especially from the player that was playing behind bar. He didn't really react. If he did react, I didn't see it. And it didn't cost them the round. There was a lot of things that went esports, one of them being one of their players being the first pick inside the first 20 or 30 seconds. This time they're attacking, and now with Villa being a defender side of the map, the round this doesn't bode well for them. They can't make any mistakes, but that doesn't mean they should play afraid. To play afraid, you waste a lot of your own time as well. So it's important that they not make any mistakes, but they also don't take too long to do anything, especially since they're on an attack.
Yeah, it's... You're putting everyone putting Loud right now in the forefront of their expectations, being on the defensive side here. And AVG, it is usually a good site to defend as well.
10
I
seconds
think
left.
WeSports, they definitely need to go back and look over that one, because
5 seconds to go.
Loud, the minor league team, lest you not forget, are on
Attackers are
the
moving out to
edge
locate a
of
bomb and defuse it.
causing probably one of the biggest upsets inside of Talent League so far. If we look back to the community vote right at the beginning, 80% of the community thought that WeSports would take this one, including, you know, Wombi yourself, because on
Yeah.
paper they should be taking this, but in practice, Loud have just stepped up massively. Was not quite able to take that one, but takes a little bit of damage onto Hunter. The impact player, the star player for WeSports, is not able to find another kill. Might stay on 22 for the rest of this map. It's quite ridiculous to think about how many frags that is, but Matox is not that far behind on 16. Cinex as well on 7. You know, a lot of these players are pulling their weight, but you just have the massive performers in Hunter, P13, Matox that are just far and above everyone else.
Yeah.
Swaz not quite getting that. It's tense. You can feel it. It's tense.
Yeah, it's more so. I feel like Loud would be a little bit more relaxed than Wii Sports, considering that they do have not only the side advantage of them being on defense, but also them just being an overtime match point in general. Wii Sports have a lot to lose and also a lot to
Bomb
gain.
located by attackers.
If they do win this round, they go into overtime match point, and it's match point for both of them. But we do see them trying to take some map control. They're trying to push themselves into 90 Xerox, busting out of the map and now trying to establish himself on this 90 window. But if Matt Dox has anything to say
Attackers have
about it, he
located a
might have
bomb.
a lot to say. There's two players down below the map, down below in this first floor, and that's the Jaeger of Cinex and again Mattox. Mattox has been a pain in the ass of Wii Sports when it comes to this late round rotation and these late round lurks. And if Wii Sports don't do anything, if they don't pay attention to any of this, they might just get punished. But 40 seconds left to go. They have the diffuser in hand, does P13, but the first player to die is going to be critical. And it's, but what the hell is he shooting at? Swaz, he just, she's struck the window,
Heard
and
the
he gets
window
killed for
break.
Spliss. But Cinex from behind, and oh my god, there goes the air jab. But the okay, he pays attention at the
15
last
seconds to
second,
go.
and there goes P13 to grab that frag, and they have to make their execute. Now there's a
10 seconds
player
left.
inside of vault. Now there's a player inside the actual site. P13 is
5
gonna get the
seconds to
plant
go.
down. Mad Doc's on his low. No way!
Attackers are
Oh
activating.
no, there goes the plant, and he's going
No!
to get the kill, and it's Mattox in a 1v1 situation, but there goes
What?
Hunter. Oh my god, you gotta be that scared the shit out of me.
Well,
That
this
scared me.
overtime, attacker sided. You wouldn't expect it.
I quite literally, bro,
Wow.
I quite literally almost spat. Like, I mean, I was drinking water. I was not in the middle of casting, but I had some water in my almost spat that all over my desk, and I have a computer on, so I can't do that. But like, I mean, yeah, that made me nervous for Wii Sports. I mean, they should have been nervous in that round, but now they have a weight off of their shoulders, and this is the last round possible for both of these teams. Well, possibly for Wii Sports if Loud end up winning this map, then we won't get to see Oregon. But if Wii Sports win it, we will get to see Oregon, and it's another overtime match point. I don't know what to say. This
Defenders,
match has
protect your
been
bombs from being
absolutely
defused by
crazy.
attackers.
It's been way too close for Wii Sports, but Loud, this will bode well for their confidence moving into the semifinals if they were to make it based off of this map alone or based off of Oregon.
Yeah, you can. There's another incentive at play here, which
Attackers
is the
have discovered
fact
the
that
location of a bomb.
if you come in this 5th to 6th place position, you do not get the prize pool. Whereas if you go up into
Yeah.
into 4th place, that is 50 euros. I'm pretty sure. So still, there's a lot to play for. Even for Loud, they might not expect, they might not expect this to go their way at all. And we're at round 15 again, which is just absolutely ridiculous because this could go to maximum rounds. We could see all 45 here if we're incredibly unlucky. If Oregon also goes to maximum overtime, like, yeah, it's good for the viewers, but I don't think that my voice will appreciate me very much for it. As I'm gonna be honest, 30 rounds, that's still quite a lot. And that's going to take its toll on the players as well. Mattox, again, how many times have we seen him just crouch walking up these red stairs? Oh, Spliz. Oh no, that's so cheeky. Not quite able to find the angle. But the sound calls are there, just distracting constantly. Cynex with the push through, but Spliz will take down Baby Shark. Is that the player? Oh, yes it is. The player outside of Mud.
What are you looking at?
And now the Tracers come flying through, and Spliz is getting very, very antsy and nervous. But we'll rotate back out to Memorial as well. The grenade does not quite catch. It's getting tough, and Zarek will rotate down to the basement. Mattox will take down the Capcan, however, on that little flank. And is Synex aware of the Jaeger's position right now? Oh, maybe not.
The Jaegers?
Could be huge. Not the Jaeger even. Mozzie. I don't know where I got Jaeger from. He's not even in play this round. Zarok, it's going well. Oh, that was so close. Swaz was nearly able to just catch, I think that's P13's head through the hole there, but nothing will come of it. Critical now, 2 and 11, that's not the impact that you want to be having. Might be able to find a third though, but no, Swaz takes him down. Only 2 kills inside of Villa for critical. There's 50 seconds left, these attackers need to get a move on. He's going to be completing his flank very soon. Tronax with the slow peek, does not see Hunter above the bomb chassis, but Lasmu will take them down. Now it's just Zarok, 1 versus 3, and Swaz will swing 8-7 for Loud. 2 maps in a row, but they take it. They progress to the semi-finals in just a ridiculous map of Villa, a ridiculous map of Clubhouse, but they pull through and they are going to the semi-finals against I think you know what, I can't actually remember, my brain is that fried, but wow, that's ridiculous. There you have it. Loud, they will play Team Wanted in the semi-finals on Thursday, but as it stands, an amazing display from the minor league team, as we have been, pointing out this entire time. An outstanding performance. And it just goes to show, Loud, next season, they are going to perform in the major league. You can just tell right now. Somehow, you've got to feel for WeSports youngsters right there. 2 8-7 losses, that's so rough. And we might get an interview soon. We're just waiting for that. But right now, you've got to take your heart out to WeSports, because they've played incredibly well. Obviously, we've been saying they've been making some mistakes that just have not been, sorted out. But Loud did well to capitalize on that. And, WeSports, just, that is crazy.
It's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to really say. Hunter had 24 kills, 24 and 8 he went,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't enough. I felt like inside, I've said it so many times before about Hunter that he's one of my favorite fraggers inside of EU, and even when he's not having a good game, although he did have one of his best games inside of Villa, he can
Oh
really
yeah,
make some impacts, and it's just unfortunate because it just felt like the only time Wii Sports had a chance to win a round was when Hunter was on top of most of those rounds, and it felt like around it. I don't want to sit here and like single out some players because I feel like P13 also had like a good game as well. I think he went like 13-6. Zarok had a pretty solid game as well, but
yeah,
I felt like they needed more from a couple of those players, not just Hunter. Hunter can't like it's not a sense of Hunter can't do everything. I mean, he can't. He's only human, but it's a sense of he can't be the only it's a sense of he can't be the only one doing it.
yeah.
He needs more around him, and it's unfortunate
Mm,
because I felt like we sports are a very talented team. They have some very talented players. I said Hunter, I harp on him a lot. Zarok and also P13 being one of those players, Spliz critical, not having the best of maps, but still he's one of their best players inside of that team, and it's just unfortunate that he wasn't able to perform at the potential that we know he can perform at, and it's bad. It's unfortunate for Wii Sports, but it's very happy. It's a celebration for Loud Esports. But for the interview, we do have Baby Shark from Loud Esports. How are you today?
I'm really fine, and you, mate. Thank you, mate. Phew.
mm,
We're so happy, mate. We are
yeah,
so happy. Thank you for your cast, and thank you for the organization too.
yeah,
I'm I'm so proud of my teammates, and thank you for this.
yeah. It's truly incredible victory that you've got today. I can tell, you guys must be absolutely exhausted right now. 30 rounds is absolutely nothing to scoff
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
And, the stress as well. 287 victories. It's
It's clear.
it's got to be quite ridiculous. So, massive congratulations to Loud. You are going to be playing against Team Wanted, so fellow French compatriots,
Thank you so
um,
much.
in the semi-finals on Thursday. What do you think about that?
Mm, we're clearly really happy, and that was so we were so stressed because we know we sports, and we know that there was really good, and this team are really good. We can only I don't know how to say that. I'm not really good in English, but GG to them. And
Yeah,
yeah, we are qualified to the semifinals against Team Wanted. We
yeah,
are so happy about this, and it was really difficult for us because we are training, and we changed our last player to Akenu to Lasmo, and Lasmo is very good. We are so happy for this changement, and yeah, yes, we are really happy for this match, and that was a stress really hard. You- 8-7 and 8-7. That was just I never did that, and I'm just so happy and so proud of my team. And thank you so much for the cast, and see you on the next day against Team Wanted. So
yeah. Um, I don't know, Wambi, do you have any questions? Because it's definitely quite late.
No, not really. I do want to congratulate you guys on your win. I felt like you Baby Shark played a solid game, but also Mathox. And it's
thank you.
interesting to see the role, not only the role that he plays as a fragger, but also his role mid game where he's mostly like the lurker in the team. I like that type of role that he's playing, and I hope
Yes,
that when you guys eventually do play in Major League, he does prosper in that role because I think it's a very interesting role to watch.
thank you
Yeah,
so
no
much,
problem.
Matt.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Without anything else, I know you said quite a lot of thanks already, so I'm conscious of how tired you must feel. So if you don't have anything else to say, but if you do, I'll let you take the floor. Thank the fans, whoever you want to.
Yeah, nothing. We are so happy to play against them. We know them. We know that they are really good. I know that some players left the team, but they are still good, really. And we're so happy about our tournaments and about our minor league. We wanted to be on the top one, but AutoCAT was better than us, and we worked so hard to prepare this playoffs, this champion series, and we're so happy about this. Thank you so much, and see you on the next day. Bye bye.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Well, that was Baby Shark from Loud, just giving us a little bit of an insight into just the emotions running through Loud Esport right now. You can tell this definitely means a lot for them, but that was ridiculous. But I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't know if you do, 1B, but without further ado, we are going to sign off for this Talent League game. It's currently very late, and your next match that you will see is going to be tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. CET. That is going to be QVG versus Machine Soldiers Academy. You will have the lovely and wonderful Toot to be taking you through that one. So make sure you tune in then, and we will see you next time. Bye.